Hello, good afternoon. We are coming to you live from the Oman Cricket Academy. This is Turf 2. It's time for match number 14 of the ACC Men's Premier Cup 2024. Day 4 Pool B fixture and a big one for Kuwait and Bahrain. So much to play for. We've had a delayed start. Persistent drizzle has just about delayed proceedings. But the good news is that Kuwait will be taking on Bahrain very soon. And just the right time to head across to the centre as well. Jamil Zaidi with both the captains for the all-important toss.
Time for the toss from Oman Cricket Academy ground, Muscat, for the T20 Premiers Cup match played between Kuwait and Bahrain. I have with me the captain of Kuwait, Aslam, and along with him, Haider Ali, and the match referee, Mr. Tamim Talwa. Being the home team, Kuwait have to flip the coin. Head the call. And head is the call. Bahrain, you have won the toss. What you're going to do?
I like kick to ball first.
What target you feel you want to give to the team so they can chase for?
Maybe the weather is a little moisture, maybe a 140, 150 is a easily chaseable. This
Any
wicket.
changes in the team?
Maybe is a one change, Umar Tur not playing and Ubaid is in.
So you've started to?
Yeah, both.
Thank you very much. Aslam, can you please come? Aslam, you are going to bat first. What target you feel you can give for the batter to the Oman team, rather the Bahrain team? How much you want to put a total?
Yeah, about like a 170, 180 is a good total because here good scoring runs is there. So I hope our batter will do that one.
Any changes in the team today?
Yeah, two changes is there. Munib come in and Adnan come in.
Good luck. Thank you very much. So news from the centre. It is Bahrain has won the toss and elected to bowl first.
Right, not a bad toss to win in these conditions. It's windy, it's gloomy as well. A quick look at both the sides. Kuwait making a change to the playing 11 and so is Bahrain. But it's a tried and tested side for both. Mohammad Aslam, captain. Watch out for Ravija. Looked very good in the last game. Meet Bowser comes in at number 3. Clinto Anto has already scored a 50. Usman Ghani Patel looked good in the last game. Bilal Tahir, Nimish Latif. Yasin, the left-arm orthodox. Shahrukh Kudus. Saeed Munib comes in. And Adnan Idris of Bahrain, Haider Ali, Ali Dawood, Imran Javed Anwar, Satya, the medium pacer, Imran Ali Butt, Sarfaraz Ali, the all-rounder, Rizwan Butt, Amir bin Nazir, Junaid Aziz, Abdul Majid and Ubaid Murtaza. So one change for both the sides. Bahrain winning the toss and electing to bowl first. It's a must-win for both the sides. Not much time left in this competition as we get to the business end. Just the right time to introduce my co-commentator as well, Amin Wagle. Amin, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. And finally, after a little bit of hard work for the groundsmen as well as all the facility managers out there, it's been a long day for the production crew because the game preceding this one also was a late start due to the rains. And everything to play for, rightly said. On oval number 1, of course, you have Oman taking on UAE, whereas out here, Bahrain would be looking to get that one win under their belt. Kuwait already getting their first games, their first points against that game against Cambodia.
Oh yes, and all eyes will be on Ravija Sandurawan and his partner Clinto Anto. They've looked good as an opening pair. And this game is so important for Bahrain and Kuwait as well. If Bahrain lose this, they're practically out of the tournament. Ravija Sandurawan has looked good in this tournament so far. He's got the starts in the last game as well, was in attacking mode and made it count. On the other side, Clinto Anto lit up the tournament for himself and Kuwait with a fine 50. Was dismissed early in the previous game, but another very fine batter to watch out for.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Bahrain have been quite unlucky in terms of the matchups that they've had from the start of the tournament. The first game, of course, against UAE. And then the second game the first game against Oman, as a matter of fact, and the second game against UAE, so two of the most toughest opponents in that Group B. Ali Dawood with the ball. Clinto Anto, as well as Ravija, and what a match they had against Cambodia. Some big runs, big shots, right from the word go. Let's have a look.
Wrapped on the pads, what a start for Bahrain. They won the toss, decided to bowl first. Ali Dawood gets the big man, the big fish, Ravija Sandurawan, in the very first ball of the innings.
Yes, of course. And what a way to get started in this match, in this big matchup. Kuwait will not be happy with the start Ravija has provided them. Playing it all ends up shaping the ball away from the right-hander just at the right moment, barely managing to keep it within the stumps. And Ali Dawood strikes. Umpires will be happy with that. Going for a knot on the very first delivery of the match. Ravija heads back to the dugout. It's 0-1 Kuwait.
Just coming back to the dismissal, the ball just didn't climb, just kept very low. And look at Saduravan as well. Ravija just went down, trying to indicate that that was way too low for comfort. And Ali Dawood, what a start for Bahrain. Kuwait 0-1. Bahrain find themselves in a must-win. Meet Bavsar has opened in the past for Kuwait, another elegant left-handed bat.
Yes, certainly, and he had a good game against Cambodia. Was out there just trying and steadying the innings, got a few runs under his belt, so he'll be confident to start against. And have a look at that field.
A 4 on the off inside the circle, a slip in place, a deep square leg. One stationed at deep. That ball is doing a bit in these conditions. Bahrain trying to exploit as well.
Yes, most certainly, and good call by the captain of Bahrain, and he certainly read the conditions really well. There's always a little bit of wind on offer. When you have these overcast conditions, the ball will do a little bit more than expected.
Oh yes, just a quick reminder to all the viewers who are tuning in. This is a rain-reduced match, so each innings comprises of 15 overs. A maximum of 5 bowlers can bowl 3 overs. And the power play will be of only 5 overs.
Worked away towards the offside, trying to go for that quick single, but denied by that fielder positioned at the right location.
So Amin, we'll quickly take a look at the umpires as well taking part in this, in fact officiating in this game. It's going to be Vinod Babu and Durrani. They are the on-field umpires in this game. Vinod Babu on your screen. Durrani and the TV umpire Tariq Rashid. The 4th umpire will be Rambo Kuwela. And match referee for this game will be Hamimullah Talwar. Picks it away this time. This protection in the deep. Work to do for the fielder. And he just about gets some football skills to cut it off. In the meanwhile, 3 runs to Kuwait. They're off the mark, and so is Meet Bavsar.
Yes, some good runs here. And Meet Bavsar, normally a very sedate starter, starts a little bit slow. On this occasion, works it away towards the onside perfectly, gets it nicely onto the bat. Nevertheless, it's just welcome runs here. The intentions are clear, and that's to make sure that they're out there, see off a little bit of this power play, get to know what tricks the surface is going to be playing, and then from then onwards it's going to be bang bang, and that's what Kuwait would really like.
Oh yes, the intention should be clear. That's because now it's a 15 over a side game. It certainly derails and changes plans and strategies. I mean, you do the toss with 20 overs in mind, the rain comes in and then it becomes 15. A lot changes.
Yes, of course, and the toss can always be just half of the battle won. Works it away towards the onside, got a little bit of bat onto it. Slightly heavy outfield. Diving effort will deny that boundary, but then it's going to be at least 3 runs for Clinton.
Oh yes, and in all of it, you've got to also admit the fact that fielding in the outfield won't be that easy because it could be a little slippery, there could be a little bit of marshy areas due to the drizzle. But still, the ball did travel quite a bit. Would always imagine that it would be a little heavy. Nevertheless, Meet Bavsar and Clinton have realized runs is the order of play, and that too quickly. They've lost a wicket in the very first ball of the innings, an early jolt. They need to recover, resurrect and get back to scoring ways.
Now, Clinto Anto probably knows how to play in just one way, and he's been doing that ever since the start of the tournament. Quite an aggressive collector of runs.
What a scoop. Goes the distance as well. You don't expect such innovation in the very first over, but that's what Meet Bowser brings to the table.
Yeah, backed himself on that delivery, and he certainly knew what he was doing. Not premeditated in any sense of the word, but then he was up for that shot, knew that the fielder was up in the circle, got the elevation right, got the ball onto the bat, did most things right in that effort. He'll collect 6. With that, we come to the end of the first over. It's been eventful. 12 for 1 Kuwait at this stage.
A successful first over by Ali Dawood. Did go for a few runs as well. Gives the charge. Clinto Anto. Fielder stationed. He's turned into spectator. Second 6 of the innings coming in the second over. And Kuwait are turning it on in the middle.
Yes, of course, that heat will be turned on. And what a shot, what a strike this one from Clinto Anto, charging down the track, making intentions absolutely clear. Have a look at that. Banged it in short and made sure that he met the ball halfway through. With the wind, it's always going to be 6 on any ground.
Oh yes, he had the wind to his advantage, so the ball kept moving and sailing as well. Rizwan Butt greeted with a huge 6. There again he goes. Fielder readying himself. Will this be a catch taken? No. Desperate attempt, but another 6. Back-to-back 6s here for Anto. He's decided to take the attack to the opposition.
Well, not many days ago, we've seen some special individual efforts here. First 2 deliveries of this over, Rizwan has been dispatched over the ropes. Little bit of hand, just a feather touch, but it's always going to be a tough opportunity.
Well, that was Ubaid Murtaza at long on. For most part of it, he thought he's going to get it, but the ball just kept going with the wind. What a start here for Kuwait. Despite losing a wicket of the very first ball, Clinto's stance certainly spelling something here. There again, outside edge. Third up in the circle. 4 more. He's dealing in boundaries and 6s at the moment.
Yes, of course, a brave effort once again, charging down the track, trying to take on Rizwan at this stage. Look at that, charging down, takes the outside edge. Fortune favors the brave. He'll collect 4. He's been doing this ever since he's set his foot out on Oman soil, attacking cricket.
Oh yes, Kuwait after that early jolt have just played fearless brand of cricket, which is very encouraging. You'll see some change in the field as Clinto Anto has practically derailed plans at the moment. And this means now mid-on comes up. There's a deep mid-wicket. 4 on the off, inside the circle as well. You can see a deep mid-wicket positioned for that slog. Picked up. The field placement comes into play. Ubaid Murtaza is ready for it. And what a move in the field. It has paid off. Full marks to the captain, Haider Ali Butt, for changing the field in the previous delivery. And he's inflicted and induced a big wicket.
Absolutely clinical from the captain as well as Rizwan, because of course the field placement was in place, but then you have to do the other bit of it as well, and that's to bowl the right areas. The short ball was delivered, inviting Clinto Anto to take the aerial route, and that's what he did this time against the wind, just holding it back, not getting the elevation right, and the collection was clean. Ubaid takes a good catch. Clinto Anto, after providing some early entertainment, walks back into the hut for 19 of just 5 deliveries, 2 6s and a 4 to his name.
Well, it's been a mixed bag of a start, I mean. A wicket at the very first ball, then some fireworks, and another wicket falls. Wicketkeeper Usman Ghani Patel makes his way to the middle. Kuwait, inspiration, desperation, both of it shown.
Absolutely. And now he's got big shoes to fill. As a spectator, you would want Usman Ghani Patel to do the same things that Clinto Anto was doing, but then the team would want to do it otherwise. Works away towards the offside. It's going to be an easy single. And that's probably the most sensible thing to do. You've got plenty runs already, nearly 16 or 17 runs already of this over. Yes, the wicket's fallen, but at the end of the day, it's the score that counts. Both these two batters still well renowned or well recognized, and they can do a little bit of steadying the ship as well.
And they need a partnership now, a steady one. But that's what happens when you're playing a 15-over contest. You just really don't know how to pace that innings sometime, because the chasing side will always have a good measure of how much to get and how many. And that's why this toss can be very crucial.
Coming in for the very last delivery of this over. A good push and a single to end the over. That's good cricket here from Meet Bowser. Sensible stuff. Once again, another eventful over comes to an end. 2 overs gone, 30 for 2 Kuwait.
Change in bowling. Sarfaraz Ali has been introduced into the third over. He comes in with his gentle medium paces, and in these conditions he may just about get that ball to move a bit. Meet Bowser on strike. What a contest.
I've had a long conversation about gentle medium pace, as our wonderful co-commentator Jamil Zaidi likes to call it, military medium. Into the left-hander. Nearly done him over. And what an exciting start for Sarfaraz, straight up. Are these the conditions talking? Is this the surface talking? Is just the skill of Sarfaraz?
Well, all of it put together, a little bit of everything, but that delivery certainly was a very nicely bowled one. Just trying to clear his foot, just trying to move in the crease and create some room and space. Almost knocked off stump. What a delivery.
Works it away towards the onside. And possibly when you're wary of what the bowler is delivering to you, always head over towards the non-strikers and let your partner do the facing.
Very little time to settle in over here. You've got to just go out there and start scoring. Remember, it's a 15-over contest. A maximum of 3 overs can be bowled by 5 bowlers in this innings, and the power plays of only 5 overs. That's why a sense of urgency shown by the batters.
So far so good. A little bit of everything we've witnessed. Success for both the teams. Not managing to get a hold of it. Just a single.
And these deliveries, the dot deliveries and singles, can work so well for the bowling side. You want to minimize the big hits. The momentum had just shifted after the early wicket, but they've brought it back by getting the big wicket of Anto. So it's been a seesaw battle between Kuwait and Bahrain. Taken on the full, not the best of deliveries, and that's been bludgeoned over the square leg region. Oh, watch out, groundsmen. For all the hard work you've done, this is the last thing you would be expecting.
Yeah, they wouldn't mind that. They certainly wouldn't mind that. What a shot and a half here from the left-hander, Meet Bowser. Normally just wants to get his eye into the scheme of things, but this time around it was a juicy full toss and had to be dealt with severely, and that's what he does.
That's the ground staff there. Anup and his team, they're watching the adjacent match where their home side Oman is playing UAE. They had no clue what was coming at them. Well done to avoid that. But Meet Bowser, he's looking good, and a poor delivery there by Sarfaraz.
Yes, of course. I can already imagine him. He must be like a kid in a candy shop when that full toss was headed his way. Another sensible bit of cricket here from Meet Bowser. You get a maximum and rotate strike. Still a very good over from Sarfaraz. As a matter of fact, he's been dishing out some good deliveries apart from that, or rather barring from that full toss that he has given.
He spoiled his figures. It would have been 1-1-1-1. He's just added a 6 over there and made it a 10 run, almost a 10 run over. Nicely played. This is beautifully done. Pierce the gap. The timing on it, sublime. This is a very good over for Kuwait. 13 coming off it. Sarfaraz proving costly. 3 gone. It's 43 for 2.
Lots of action happening here at the ACC Men's Premier Cup Oman 2024. And look at that points table for Group B. Oman, United Arab Emirates, and they are facing off each other at oval number 1. So United Arab Emirates and Oman will be looking to get a couple of points added. Today, Kuwait and Bahrain, in which Kuwait is probably in that favourable position because they've got that win against Cambodia, whereas Bahrain has still to be getting a point away. And once they do that, there would be some sort of impetus for them, something to work ahead with, because I believe Bahrain is yet to play Cambodia, so that should be a confidence booster.
Yeah, a lot of permutations and combinations. Satya introduced into the 4th over. There again, the scoop comes in. Nicely done. Fine up in the circle. This is Meet Bowser at his sublime best.
Innovation. And of course, a little bit of, or a dash of bravery. Meet Bowser is picking up from where Clinto Anto left off. And I believe this is something that they've come pre-planned, that they're not going to be taking these power play overs light.
Oh yes, it remains the key. You want to make full use of the 5 overs. There again, gets into position quickly, shuffles in his crease, is aware of the field, and uses the pace. Very smart batting. When it goes well, it looks good. If you lose a wicket to it, it looks very ugly. That's how it is. Pressure.
Quite a gentle pace here from Satya. And more often than not, you would expect him to keep things in the right order, in the right line and length. Of course, when you have a left-handed batter playing a ramp shot against you so elegantly, you're always under pressure. Works it away, calls for a quick single, and he's going to get it comfortably at the end. It's a good cricket all around.
And a good start to this over as well for Kuwait. They've already accumulated 6 runs in 2 deliveries. And now with Usman Ghani on strike, he'll be eager to just find a couple of boundaries. The idea is to find a boundary every over so that the momentum stays with you.
Well, they'll find its way, and especially in the power play, that's something that you can expect. The field's up. You've got the risk to reward ratio in your favor, just trying to bludgeon that. But all he's managed to do is just bump the ball down the ground for a single. Meet Bowser has been exciting. He's come up through the ranks of the under-19s from Kuwait. Plenty of experience as far as Kuwait national team slots are concerned. Let's have a look at that, not managing to get a good hold of it.
Right, just try to overhit it on this occasion. Flat batted, didn't quite connect it. Back live, straight back past the bowler. Meet Bowser is looking very good in the middle. He's raced to 27 and 12, and this power play is certainly going Kuwait's way.
Absolutely, putting all his experience and all that momentum that he's gathered from the first few overs that he's faced to full use. Knows that there's no fielder out there in the deep, dissecting those 2 fielders between mid-on and mid-off. There's quite a bit gap between them. and he'll always get 4 for that down the ground. An elegant shot.
Down the leg side. Steal a single. Meanwhile, just a quick update in the adjacent ground as well. United Arab Emirates are 22 for 2. They have lost the informed batter Ali Shan Sharafu for naught. Asif Khan and Mohammad Wasim, the captain, are in the middle. So UAE as well have just lost a few quick wickets. This match will be of big interest to Bahrain.
Charging down the track, gets a big one. It's aerial, but no, it's going to straight away land into the safe hands of the bowler Satya himself. So finally a breakthrough, although an expensive over on the very last delivery of the over, if I'm not mistaken. And it's the right-hander that's going to be walking back dejected.
Oh yes, didn't quite get on top of this. Soft dismissal by the end of it. Satya takes a catch of his own bowling. Was not in position. The ball climbing on him. And Satya says, I'll take that catch. So Usman Ghani has to walk back. Kuwait lose their third wicket. He's out for 7 and 5. It's 55 for 3 in 4 overs. Still an over left in the power play.
It's going to be Adnan Idris out there in the middle, but he's going to be at the non-striker's end, and that's courtesy that wicket that fell off the very last delivery of Satya's over. Sarfaraz will continue. Works it away towards the onside, trying to steal that single, and yes, of course, just barely about making it. Close call.
That could have been very close. I reckon a direct hit would have just had Meet Bowser struggling. That is Captain Ali Haider, I reckon. Oh yes, look at that. Collect and turn. Oh, just about made it. Meet Bowser is quick as well. It was touch and go. Sarfaraz given a go in the second over despite going for 13 in its first. Adnan Idris, the new man in. Nicely bowled. Much better. Right channels, right line, right length.
Yes, of course, and Adnan Idris is out there for practically one purpose, and that's to see ball hit ball. He's quite an excellent striker of the ball. Goes for big runs, scores his runs really quickly. And that's what's going to be expected of him. Plays it, aerial. He's timed that, and he's timed that to perfection. Just a little bit of slow outfield towards near the ropes, but then it's going to get a boundary on the very second delivery that Adnan has faced.
Good timing on that. Just a little bit of chip, improvising over cover region, teasing the fielder for a very long time. Well, that's what T20 cricket is all about. Sometimes hand-eye coordination. Get the sweet spot, hit it for a 4.
Yes, of course, and he comes with a reputation of being a big power hitter. Does not have a healthy average. Average is just about 18 to 20, but then that's a strike rate that grabs eyeballs, 150, 160 on most occasions.
And if it's a 15-over contest, you only look at the strike rate. I mean, you don't look at anything else. How fast can you get me the runs?
It's a cruel game. Look at that. Just picked it up outside off stump, and it's a monstrous hit. It was still going up as it crossed or sailed the boundary ropes. Exciting hit here from Adnan Idris. A few more of those and Kuwait will be really, really happy.
And I'll tell you what, he's playing with the ball over here. Just about shuffled in the crease. And hit that with disdain. cleared his left foot. What a shot. Sarfaraz has been taken to the cleaners in 10 deliveries. He's already conceded 24.
Just makes you think, I think that's a 5-inch bat maybe, because that sounded really, really sweet, that piece of wood that he's using. Yeah, just adjusting Sarfaraz on this occasion. So pushing it away towards the covers, no run.
Well, the message is very clear in the Kuwait camp. We're going to hit as many deliveries that come to us. And every over they need to find a boundary or a 6. Now, despite losing 3 wickets in the power play, they've already amassed 66.
Cut. Catch it is the call, and catch it is what the fielder at backward point is going to provide to his captain. What a stunning catch. Replays will only do justice to that effort that he's taken, and Adnan Idris will have to walk.
Spectacular, stunning, acrobatic. And look at the timing of the jump over there. Absolutely brilliant. That is Ahmed bin Nasir. He's just about plucked a blinder. You have to convert these half chances. And this has been a top performance. Adnan Idris walked in, hit a 6 and a 4, and now walks back as well. It's 66 for 4. Satya, after bowling a successful first over, has been persisted with. Just the right time to also have a change in the com box. And the right time to introduce my co-commentator Jamil Zaidi. Jamil, good afternoon.
Thank you, Mikhail. Right from the word go, down the leg side, gun blazing from Kuwaiti batters, spectacular catches from the Bahraini fielders. It's a grueling batting is on at the moment.
I'll tell you what, Jamil, the first 5 overs of power play has belonged to Kuwait as well as Bahrain. It's been an even contest, wickets and runs.
It's all fantastic game of cricket with the beautiful weather around, lovely surroundings in Oman. Oman Academy ground number 2. And look at that blinder we have seen. Brilliant outs. Look at that catch. What a spectacular catch. Jumped at the right moment, clubbed in the hands. And that's what the efforts look from Bahrain. They must be needing a win today.
Nicely bowled, getting steep bounce on that, using the pace. Right word, the timing of the jump you mentioned. Jumped at the right time. That's so very important, Mr. Jamil.
Absolutely spot on, yes. Actually, this is do-die situation for Bahrain. They have not got any points on the table. So I'm sure they will be looking for at least victory today, like Qatar has done today.
Everybody needs those points, those first points. Goes aerial this time. Falls short of the fielder. Ubaid Murtaza in the meanwhile. They'll quickly steal 2 runs. Very good running by Kuwait here.
On the up, paid it out towards the long on. But couldn't clear the ground. But intentions, obviously, from both the teams looks to be terrific. Fighting for each and everything.
All of a sudden, if you look at the score, it's not bad in 5 overs. It's a 15-over contest, remember that. Another quick single. Keep the scoreboard ticking, rotate the strike.
The right policy at the moment. They're getting runs in 6s and 4s. It's absolutely a brilliant run, 71 in almost 6 overs. In any way, it could be one of the best what can see in the power play, you can say.
Yasin Patel in the middle. He usually comes low down the order, but a little bit of a promotion in this contest. He's been sent with a job to do, and the job is to get the big hits. Little bit of an inside edge. Meet Bhavsar is saying, come along. And that's a very good run. They've stolen it. And in the process, Satya just about slips.
Well, yes, each and everyone is trying to save the singles, and the batters like to get the singles. End of over number 6, rather. Look at that one. Just hesitation among themselves, but he slipped away badly. Thanks God, doesn't hurt at all.
Good to see him back on his feet. All is well. There he goes. 6 gone, 72 for 4. We've seen a lot of changes in the bowling today. 72 for 4. Mr. Jamil, which dugout would you prefer at this stage? The Bahrain dugout or the Kuwait dugout?
Well, at the moment, both the teams have the same points we talk about. 4 wickets for Bahrain and 72 runs for Kuwait. So it's equally matched, both the teams at the moment.
Absolutely right. They've just about managed to have their moments over here. It's even Stevens. Imran Javed Anwar, the new bowler. He'll bowl his medium pacers. Sometimes also gets that ball to climb on the batters. Nicely nudged down to third. Yes, no, aside the stumps. All happening here at the Oman Cricket Academy.
We have seen this type of cricket after a long time. Smashing through the batters of Kuwait. Some spectacular catches from Bahrain fielders. And all around, it's a beautiful weather in Muscat, Oman Cricket Academy, ground number 2. Lovely surrounding, Mikhail, mountains following the ground, green, lush green out trees there.
What a perfect setting for cricket. That'll be signal wide. Talk about the perfect setting. Come on, Imran Javed, get back to your run-up. That's a wide. Just about looking at the umpire as well. Vinod Babu. Good call there. And just talk about the conditions. I mean, if you're a cricketer or a cricket fan, this is the perfect delight, perfect setting to play or view a game, and we are so lucky to do that.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. This time played it out upishly, but got off to a single. Imran got 3 wickets, Anwar got in 3 wickets in the last match. He bowled superbly. So today I'm sure he must be trying to get the same thing again, because earlier bowlers were really hammered by the Kuwaiti batters.
Kuwait will need some runs with Meet Bhavsar on strike. I reckon he will do something different, but this time around this fine leg in the deep. Where will he find his space rather? Gives the charge, takes it on the full, tries to pierce the gap on the offside, manages a single.
Well, after the departure of a batter, both the batters were hitting nicely. One bent down into the dugout. Obviously, the pressure mounted back onto the bowler who came new, like Yasin Patel, just came in. 5 balls he faced and got 3 runs. He will take little time to adjust himself.
Picks it nicely. This is smart cricket. Poor bowling, straying down the leg side, helps it for a 4 behind deep backward square leg. Much needed 4 for Kuwait.
Absolutely. Brilliantly played. Brian Lara-like style. You can see. You just put down one. We know one there. Beautifully played out towards the fine leg boundary, 4 runs.
Yes, the moment that right foot came up, it looked pretty much like the vintage Lara shot that we talk about. But a very good shot. Sometimes you don't have to go all guns blazing. You just need to just be delicate as well with your cuts and nudges. Gives the charge. Oh my God, have you seen the catch of the tournament? Absolute blinder, one-handed stunner. Yasin Patel departs, but that wicket belonged to the fielder. And let me tell you, it's that man Amir with an absolute blinder of a catch.
Well, those who are watching cricket must see this spectacular catch. Once again, this time to the gully. Look at that one. Look at that one. One-handed, jumped in the air, right time jumping, catching the ball in the paws. What a spectacular catch. Correctly said, might be the catch of the tournament.
Ahmed bin Nasser has plucked a beauty. Yasin Patel has to walk back for 7. Kuwait lose half their side. It's 79 for 5. I'll tell you what, we've seen the best catch of the tournament so far. It's come by Ahmed bin Nasser. Look at that airborne, the flying machine, one-handed stunner. Never easy, but he's done the unthinkable over here. Look at that for a dive, jump, stride, leap. He's put all of it in that effort and inflicted a wicket and a catch.
He brought impossible to possible. It is totally impossible. Jumped in there with the hand on it. Paused the ball, catch it, controlled it, and then went down. What a spectacular catch. That is the second one we have seen in this innings so far. So everything is going gun blazing from Kuwaiti now, field blazing from the Bahraini fielders.
Absolutely. It's been a mixed bag. Both teams are dishing out a wonderful exhibition of cricket here, and we are enjoying watching every bit of it. Pulled away. Emphatic. Very good shot. That's Meet Bowser. He'll continue to fight on.
That was a bad delivery. Shorter well, all the time in the world to play on. He played it beautifully to the mid-wicket boundary for 4. Finally, a boundary came after that spectacular catch. Just pulled beautifully. Well timed.
Oh yes, way too short. Got into position quickly. Mid-wicket up in the circle. Once it went over him, it was always going to be 4. Despite the rain and the conditions, how well this wicket has so far played. We've already seen 83 runs in 7.1 overs, Mr. Jamil. At the same time, 5 wickets. A perfect exhibition of a sporting wicket.
Spot on. You just played it down off his toes down toward the square leg. You just snatched my words. What a brilliant turning between the wickets. Yes, of course. What else you need? Absolutely brilliant.
The bowlers are in it, the batters are in it, and the fielders as well today. This one nicely worked away towards fine and good running as well. They were pushing for the second. Just felt the fielder in the deep should have attacked the ball and should have put in a better throw as well. This is where Kuwait is just about inching forward against Bahrain.
All credit goes to the curator and the ground staff who has done superb job today. Once again, fucked out nicely towards the fine leg boundary for the singles. They have been on their toes since morning. Rain coming, going, but their work is going on. Absolutely outstanding work by the curators and the groundsmen.
Absolutely. Special mention to them. They're unsung heroes. They put in the hard yards. They've had to work overtime because of the rain. It's been a stop and start affair, but they've been at it and ensured that both the matches take place. Kudos. You've got to really commend their effort. They are worthy recipients of all the accolades as well in this contest.
Definitely. They are the heroes, you can say, of this ground as well, because from last 2 days, a lot of rains are coming up and they are really working all 24 hours. So played it out just from the place of the bat over the longer boundary for 4.
Nicely done that by Nimish. Very nicely done. Didn't do anything silly. All he had to do was present the full face of the bat. Mid-off was up in the circle. And once it went over him with his fast outfield, it was always going to be 4. Little too close by the bowler as well. So despite the fall of wickets, Kuwait continue to find the boundaries, and that's been an encouraging sign and sight for them.
Definitely are really hungry to get a wicket. And the match as well. Bahrain, look at that one, put it down to the fine leg boundary. So one more boundary came through the bat of Nimish.
Back-to-back boundaries, and I'll tell you what, As many as 4 boundaries coming in this over. 19 runs coming off it. Nimish has raced to 8 and 2. Another poor delivery, shot down the leg side, helped towards the fine leg region. I guess we have another delivery to go. So 3 boundaries off this over already. They're calling the shots in the middle. They've raced to 94 in the 8th over.
Once again, nicely worked out towards the short square leg for the single. Very good over for Kuwait. 8 overs done, 95 for 5.
A much needed water break as well for both the teams. Bahrain can get a chance to regroup. And we'll also take a look at the fall of the 5 wickets in the first 8 overs. It all began with that very first delivery of this innings, when Ravija Sanduravan was trapped LBW. That's where Bahrain struck. This is the very first ball. Ali Dawood with a wicket first up. Then it was Clinto Anto, looked to go big but found Ubaid Murtaza at mid-wicket. That was a very fine change in the field by the captain to induce that. The third wicket as well looked to go big, only to find Satya taking that catch. Then of course another very good catch by Ahmed bin Nasir, and this was the best of the lot, a one-handed stunner to dismiss Yasin Patel. So 5 wickets falling in the first 8 overs, but the score 95 for 5. At the halfway stage of this innings, Kuwait have raced to 95 at the cost of 5 wickets. Another 7 overs in hand. What's the good total, Mr. Jamil?
The way things going, it might be around 140, what I look from here. The way things are going, the batters are hitting mercilessly all through the ground. What a fantastic cricket now, Mikhail. The bowlers doing their job, fielders doing excellent, batters doing their job. Lovely cricket.
Yes, Imran Javed Anwar to continue into his second. Taken on the full, goes aerial, fielder coming underneath it. 2 of them rather. This could be a collision. Just in time. Just in time taken. I'll tell you what. Satya kept calling for it. Ahmed says this would have been my third. I was ready for it. But the good news for Bahrain is that they have taken another wicket. Nimish has to depart.
Once again, it was confusion between the 2 fielders. Finally, the wicket that was looking for Bahrain got it. So it is wicket number 6 down for Bahrain, 95 for 6. So Nimish Latif got 9 out, 4 deliveries for 2 fours.
Not a problem. So each time Kuwait has looked to accelerate, Bahrain have done well to take a wicket. And despite the fall of wickets, their approach has remained attack. They've raced to 95 in 8 overs. But do they have the ammunition to go out there and get the runs? Bilal Tahir, he can hit them long. All eyes on him. Good delivery, good start here for Anwar, a wicket and a dot.
Well, he's a very, very good bowler. Anwar, I'll tell you one thing. In the last match, in the first over, he was beaten like anything. But later on, he came back strongly, got 3 wickets. And today he's doing the same thing. 2 wickets already taken. Just 7 had been given away, the most economical bowler for Bahrain.
Nicely played, just using the pace. Another single, so it's been a quiet over. Meet Bowser on strike. I reckon we can expect something out of it now.
Well, now he's the only one who looks to be in supreme touch. Just 22 deliveries, 40 runs he has been scored. So obviously Kuwait is looking at him to get some about 130, 140, which will be definitely a very good total defend on this wicket, which is helping the batters. All credit goes to the fielders today in the first half. Some spectacular catches taken by the Bahraini fielders.
He's looking for 2. Meet Bowser is pushing his partner for the second, plays it with soft hands and does it successfully as well. Very fine running, very sensible cricket as well.
Yes, play with the soft sand and get 2 runs because there's wide gap between mid-wicket and the square leg. Nicely done. Look at that one. The first one was taken very quick, which makes easy for the second to be easy one.
He was pushing Bilal Tahir for the second. It was not too keen, but somehow he had to give in to his more accomplished partner in the middle. And he knew his spot as well, Meet, while playing that shot. He always knew there's going to be 2 in that. The awareness is so important. Bilal Tahir a little reluctant on the turn, but yes, took off in good time. Oh, is that one shot? We'll have to wait and watch for that. Was that one shot? So you have to see the first run, not the second one. The first run you will get to know whether it's the one shot or no. So Meet Bowser didn't touch the crease on the non-striker's end. The second he completed, no? Yeah, that's a short run. That's a short run. Well, the line belongs to the umpire, and some part of the bat has to go beyond that line. And if you look at this, I'm not too sure if that bat, bottom of the bat, went beyond that white line. Just need one more frame to that, one more frame ahead, and we'll get an idea. Yeah, there you see. I guess the decision is a good one, and that'll be 1 run short as well. Very fine umpiring there. A very good decision by Vinod Babu.
That's again same position, same shot, same area. But this time they must be cautious. Got off to a singles only.
Like the intent and execution of Kuwait with the bat. They weren't really dented with the fall of wickets. And they've stuck to their plan. And it has so far worked. To get to 98 and 8.5 is a planned job well done. Just that the wickets column would be worrying them.
On top, plays it out with the open face of the bat. Over to the cover point boundary rather. And 4 more runs to the total. End of over number 9, 98, 99 for 6.
Well, the 100 is up here for Kuwait, Mr. Jamil, and just at the right time as well. That 4. There again, stand and deliver, short and wide, punish it. It had 4 written all over it. 9 gone is 102 for 6. Three number?
Bowler is Ali Dawood.
Ali Dawood brought back into the attack a wicket of his very first delivery. Got the big one of Ravija Sanduravan. And he'll be up against Mead Bowser, who's looked so good in the middle. Worked away. They're looking for the second. Very good fielding in the deep and a very good throw as well.
Lightning throw. There was... It was Ahmad bin Nasir. I think he took that blinder also.
Both the blinders belong to him. Well, he's been electric in the field, and you need such players just to bring in that X factor, that extraordinary effort.
A brilliant run out, a brilliant catch definitely makes a difference between the two teams. And that's what Bahrain shows today.
Mr. Jamil, age-old saying, catches win matches. Will it win it for Bahrain? It remains to be seen now.
Still some field adjustments is going on from Ali Dawood. He got a wicket.
Mr. Jamil, so very important that one batter stays till the end in innings like this. Somebody who can carry his bat till the end and provide that anchor role so that others can bat around him freely. You reckon that's the best way forward?
Absolutely. Whether it's a 10-over game, 20-over game, 50-over game, even in the test matches also. If you go for the shorter format, yes, definitely. 1 or 2 batters had to carry on the bat to the 20 over or the 10 overs. So that the thing's going to be in the favor. One end will be kept intact, the other one coming and playing their shots.
What a delivery. Ali Dawood dishing out a very fine exhibition of dead bowling. And this is what you need to do and you expect from your premier bowlers as well. It's been a quiet over so far. Just 2 coming off the 3. Mead Bowser 43 of 26. The last wicket was Nimish Latif.
Fantastic hit we have seen. Some excellent batting, some excellent bowling, some excellent catches. With some beautiful surroundings as well, weather as well.
Nicely bowled and some great company as well. I'll tell you what, you have to rave about the groundsmen and the curators for dishing out playable conditions at a time when it almost looked like the weather gods were taking charge of this game. They've done so very well. And the drainage facilities, you were telling us about it, Mr. Jamil, that this part of the world, these 2 venues have one of the best drainage facilities in the world.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. And you can see, I've seen this in the morning, yesterday also, how quickly the ground was clapped, quite dried. Another today itself also heavy rain. But after removing the covers, about 30 minutes out, match started.
Worked away towards the leg side. He'll get another single. 100 up, long time back. And Kuwait, well, clearly they're calling the shots in the middle.
Well, the man who must be there, that all we're talking about it, Mead Bowser, on 44, 27 deliveries he has faced. But his presence on the wicket definitely give Kuwait some respectable total of about 130 and 35. Look at that one. Scooped well over the wicket keeper's head. We'll have to look for the umpire signal. No, it's 4. So we're talking about the boundaries. Finally, it came through a brilliant shot from Bowser once again. It is over number 10 gone, 110 for 6. Kuwait. Finally, a good over for Kuwait after the fall of the wickets. It is 110 for 6. Joining me in the com box, Amin Wagle. He was the eyewitness of that spectacular catch being taken by the Bahraini fielder at the gully.
Yes, of course. And there was just one word that can describe my expression at that point in time is war. And it was quite an exciting moment in the proceedings of this match. 10 overs done. Anwar. And that probably gets Mead Bowser on strike at the moment. 48 on 28 deliveries, and he's been there for quite some time now. Yes, of course, we always talk about the steady person out there for majority part of the innings, and Mead Bowser has not only steadied the ship, but he's also done it in quick time. Works it away towards the onside, only a single. He'll look for the second one, but no, he's not going to get it. It's a good bowling here from Anwar. He's picked up a couple of wickets, and some excellent catching has helped him do that as well. But at the end of the day, you also need to give credit when it's due, and he's kept it in the right areas. He's bowled the right kind of pace as well. That nagging pace where you don't know whether you want to go for the big shot or whether you just want to tick him along for singles. That line and length is really very irritating for any sort of a batter batting out there in the middle.
This time, pulled it away beautifully. It's in there. And we'll have to look. A fielder came under it and the ball popped out of the hands. So a lucky escape now. We're talking about those catches which have been taken by Bahrain today. This was one of the most easiest one, if I'm not wrong.
Just when you thought that Amir is going to be taking each and every catch in the world in the most inexplainable ways possible, he finally shows that he's human. Have a look at that. The sky, and against the grey skies, the white ball, always a difficult task. Tries to bowl full, ends up bowling a full toss, but then had to be dug out by the left-hander Mead Bowser. And have a look at that celebration. Shows the victory sign, raises the bat in the air, acknowledges the dugout, the Kuwaiti dugout, who will be really happy with the performance and the contribution he's made to the total today.
No doubt of excellent batting, some mighty sixes also. And of course, he's bowling intelligently, taking the singles when required, making the ones into twos.
Edged, quick outfield, lucky runs. Bilal will take that and probably say thank you, bowler. What a boundary here, and it's come at the right time. This over was turning out to be a really quiet one, just singles under operation, and then on the penultimate ball he concedes that lucky boundary. So all of a sudden a good over turns out to be an 8-run over.
Well, then he tried to play onto the offside, took the edge of the bat through the vacant third man boundary. This time once again he lifted up the same one, got the edge of the bat through the third man boundary. 4 runs mattered at the moment for Kuwait.
Full toss, and once again it's going to be a similar result because he's taken the outside edge, and that incredible bat speed that Bilal has with himself, it's probably a gift. Look at that timing with which he just flung his bat at the ball, and it takes the outside edge. It's going to be a boundary.
Yes, of course, 2 successive boundaries in the last 2 deliveries. Definitely is boosting the total of Kuwait right down the wicket at the end of the 11th over.
So end of the 11th over, it's going to be 122 for 6 Kuwait at the moment. Eleven overs gone, 122 for 6, and Mir Bowser has just completed a half century. The last over, a couple of boundaries from the bat of Bilal. Drives it towards cover, steals a single, a little bit of fumble will allow them to do that safely.
What a right time for Meet Bowser to come back. And the time when the team was looking for some outstanding opening batting, he has done it superbly. 51 of just 31 deliveries. It was Sarfaraz bowled outside the off stump, and it's a wide delivery.
Yeah, there's going to be a wide now, a loosener for Sarfaraz. He's been expensive in a couple of overs. 26 runs already conceded. Yes, he's picked up that wicket, but then most of the wickets, I believe, today have been taken by the Bahraini fielders rather than the bowlers, because it's been just inexplainable. It's been outstanding, outrageous as a matter of fact. All sorts of adjectives can be implied to this. Picked it up. Bilal with that no-look shot. Has he got the elevation? Yes, he has, and it's a mighty one as a matter of fact. Take that for highlights. What a massive strike this one for Bilal.
Picked up beautifully. Look at that one. From the meat of the bat, over the bowler set with a very monstrous 6. Look at the ball with the ball lands outside the ground. One of the most monstrous we have seen today.
What a strike this is, and it's probably that bat speed that he's generating. Just have a look at how quick he goes from that backlift to striking the ball. There's hardly any much time. Plays the ball at the very last moment. Just have a look at that. He'll probably try it again. Once again, full toss and a similar result. This time it's a one bounce boundary. But he seems to be in some sort of a mood here, Bilal. And that's probably going to go in the favor of Kuwaitis. Just when you thought that Kuwait was lagging behind on that scoring rate, have a look at this.
Once again, bad delivery and good result for Kuwait. I think Kuwaiti batters today, they have decided the moment they arrived at the wicket, they go for the runs, and that's exactly what they are doing, and succeeded also up to now.
Yeah, it's certainly backing their attacking instincts, the Kuwaiti batters. They do know that they have a chance, a slightest of chances. A 6 and a 4, and finally a deftly placed and guided single. So that's good cricket all around. Have a look at that Meet Bowser, and he's been a class of his own. Shots all over the ground, all around the ground, paddles, ramps, sweeps, full tosses were completely creamed outside the boundary ropes, straight down the ground. This time he's just not just one for a single to end the over. And it's been a great over here for Kuwait. 136 for 6 at the end of 12. Have a look at that once again. This time it was down the ground. Some outside edges as well that led to maximums. And finally, Meet Bowser acknowledging the dugout. Goes for the big swing. Bilal on the very last delivery does not manage to connect. So ends the over with a dot, but it's been an expensive over, nearly 14 runs of this, as Sarfaraz does finish his quarter of 3 overs, 1 for 38. 136 for 6 after 12.
Look at the batting card of the Kuwait. He was the unfortunate batter run out. Sandur Marma de Silva out for 0 for the very first delivery. But it's for after that, it was Kilinto and Mid Bowser who took the Kuwait to a very good total, beating every Bahraini bowler, all parts of the ground. Mid Bowser is still there, 52 not out. And equally supported by now Bilal Tahir. Just 13 deliveries he has faced, 28 not out, 136 for 6.
Well, it's only going to be a matter of time when we come to know how this Bahrain attack is going to end up with. The last few overs is going to be Mohammad Rizwan, and he's been dealt with severely in that one over that he's bowled. He's picked up a wicket, but then 18 runs from that over, and I think this was that over where the big hitting batter Aziz, if I'm not mistaken, or Adnan Idris, if I'm not mistaken, was dismissed. But 18 runs are far too many runs for a single over, especially if you're in a rain-curtailed game of 15 overs. Have a look at that, 12 overs, 137, so you're certainly punching well above that par score on this ground.
This time I think a shot pulled away straight to the fielder, and they go quickly for the 2 runs. What a brilliant running between the wickets. That's what Kuwait today is doing, playing some outstanding cricket all around.
Yes, of course, applause from that dressing room, that Kuwaiti dugout, and they know and appreciate the effort that both these two batters are doing out there in the middle. Bilal, normally a very hesitant runner, and he's always looking to hit those big shots, flash of wrists and quick no-look runs that he gets and he's known for. But on this account, he's just managed to get those 2 runs. This time just works it around on pads. No run here. Played it back to the bowler. What an exciting partnership this has turned out to be. 44 runs of 26 deliveries, and you're striking really, really well if you're managing to do that.
Absolutely, yes, of course. That's what Kuwait was asking. Everyone is doing what they have, I think, some plan in their mind, where they have to go, what score they have to score, what batters has to do. Now the time. That was short. It was beautiful hit from the meat of the bat. Once again over to the mid-wicket boundary for the maximum.
Yes, of course, and intentions are clear. 16 ball, 36, and you already know what Bilal is having on his mind at the moment. It was a good length ball. It was not that short. But once again, that incredible bat speed that Bilal is producing will always lead it for a massive 6 on any ground. Once again, Rizwan Butt is facing the heat from the batters, from the Kuwaiti batters, not having a great day. Remember, the toss was won by Bahrain and they elected to bowl, so they were probably expecting the bowlers to have something for him. Slower ball this time around, full, and I think that's a good change up when you know that Bilal is looking to go hammer and tongs down the ground, or rather even on the onside towards the leg side. You would always want to do a little bit of change of pace and mix things up.
The decision to bowl first was not bad, because on the very first read they have got the wicket. But after that, was all credit goes to the Kuwaiti batters, who really took everything from the Bahraini bowlers. Throw them out so many times and change the complexion of the game.
Last delivery coming up. Slower ball once again. A loud shout, a loud shout. However, Bilal will survive. At the end of the day, it's just going to be a dot ball, but 13 overs are done. 145 for 6 Kuwait at this moment. That's the story so far. The efforts in the field by the Bahraini bowlers. It's going to be mainly about Imran Javed Anwar, 2 wickets for 26, 1 for 33 and 1 for 38 for Satya and Sarfaraz Ali respectively. And then Rizwan Butt and Ali Dawood have a wicket to themselves as well, 20 and 27 respectively, and probably they're going to be bowling out the last 2 overs. It's going to be Ali Daud, as a matter of fact, to meet Bowser, who's played an absolute gem of an innings for his side today.
No doubt about that. Really, he's taking the team to a very, very good total that we are talking about, 150, 160, which is a very, very good total to defend. I mean, I'll tell you, under the conditions with the match reduced to 15 overs instead of 20, I think more than 11 runs and over is the target they have done so far.
Yes, of course, and especially when you have a shortened game of 15 overs, you have ever so little time to adjust yourself, to try and get into the groove of things. The only thing that would be on your mind is to go bang bang from the word go. 11 runs and over will be a daunting task, because every dot delivery increases the ratio, and the odds turn out to be in the favor of the team that's defending that particular total. So from this stage onwards, if Kuwait managed to reach somewhere around 150, 160 mark, it's always going to be very, very interesting.
Yeah, surely you are absolutely right. I mean, another, say, about 8 deliveries to go for the 15 over. 147 is already on the board. I might see around 165, 170. The way the things are going, how the Bilal is striking the ball so well, and of course, meet Bowser.
Shot, wanted to go big towards the onside, misses it, and I believe he's probably hit or struck on the helmet. He'll feel that he has probably missed out on a big shot here, meet Bowser. .37 of 19. What kind of an innings would you prefer? 19 of 37? Do you think that's crucial? Or 35 of 54 by Meet Bowser? That's crucial. Both these innings have been absolutely critical in the whole scheme of things. Guides it towards the point fielder. Only a single.
One is anchoring the innings, Meet Bowser, and this man Bilal came and do what he was asked to do. Brilliant. Smashing all over. 20 balls he has faced, 38 runs he scored, couple of maximums, monster sixes from him. So he's doing his job for which he has been sent.
Last couple of deliveries in this over. Takes the ramp shot once again. Is it going to be successful? No. The partnership has finally been broken. And this time around, it's going to be Bilal, and he'll be walking back to the dressing room, or rather it's Meet Bowser, as a matter of fact, who'll be walking back to the dressing room. But then chin up, boy. I think you've done really well. Once again, trying that ramp shot, takes the under edge of the bat, or rather leading edge of the bat, and the bowler, Ali Daud, will claim his second scalp.
It was a missed time. Brilliant batting from Meet Bowser. 54 runs, 36 deliveries with the help of 2 sixes and 4 fours. Caught and bowled by Ali Daud. Strike rate 150, blistering.
Do that, it's okay, because it was a partnership broken. New batter, Syed Munib. Syed Ahmed. And of course, he's coming at a very, very crucial juncture. With just a few more deliveries, rather. Just 7 more deliveries to go in this over. In this innings, rather. Full ball. Full toss, rather. Low full toss. Will be interesting to see if he's going to go for the second one. Interested is the keeper. Disturbs the stumps, the keeper, and an appeal to the umpire will only have him refer to the third umpire. So some extra work for the TV umpire, Mr. Tariq Rashid.
Yes, I think they took the first run very quickly, but there was some hesitation in the second run, and that might result in that referral to the third umpire.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if what Syed Munib did was right, because he does know that Bilal is in the scheme of things, and coming back on strike would only ensure that the next over would be started by Bilal. Have a look at that. Returning the ball back to Syed Munib, so he's probably sacrificed his wicket on this occasion. Collects the ball cleanly. The keeper. Oh, I think he's a shade bit too late, the keeper, in getting to the stump. So I think Syed Munib has done exceedingly well. A couple of runs in his favour, in the team's favour. And in the next over, it's going to be Bilal on strike. So what a turn of events here for Kuwait. We'll still have to wait and see what TV Empire, Mr. Tariq Rashid, will have to say about this. Yes, they've made their decision. It's a green light. So fantastic turn of events here, and what brilliant cricket here from Syed Munib. Taking a couple, sacrificing his wicket to get the in-form batter Bilal on strike in the next over. This is good cricket. 151 for 7. Bilal on strike. Full ball. Once again, that bat speed in the air. Lands safely. It's going to be only a single. So not managing to get a hold of this.
Yeah, I think these type of what you call sacrifices are there in the cricket always, where some batter who is playing more than batting the another one, he just gave sacrifice for the other batter. But now see, he has to take advantage of that one and see how it's going to do the next 5 legal deliveries to go in this over.
Yes, absolutely. What great scenes here. Gamesmanship, sportsmanship, everything comes into play whenever you see scenes like this out there in the cricket field. Slower ball just crashed down the ground. It's only going to be a single. So quiet over. The first couple of deliveries just leading to 2 runs. Bilal will have to get into the act at some point or the other in this over. 153 right now, and all that hard work that's been done all throughout these 14 odd overs will come to fruition if he finishes this innings off in the remaining 4 balls.
Syme hammered it. I think the way the ball hit the bat, but it was once again on the fence, dropped by the fielder at deep long on. So anyway, 2 runs comes. It was a good effort. Could have been taken. With some spectacular things already done by teammates.
Yeah, let's have a look at that. They'll also want to have a look at that boundary. Once again, it was that no-look shot, that incredible bat speed. Hit it with great top spin at top. A jumping effort here from the fielder at long off. And yeah, I think he's landed safe and he pushed the ball in play. So I think more than the catch not being taken, it's probably 6 runs being saved, or 5 runs being saved rather. This would mean that Syed Munib will be on strike for the 4th delivery. Full, takes a big swing at it, and what a strike and a half that is from Syed Munib. Makes it count, because he knew that of course 3 balls have gone for only singles, and he knew he had to take that chance, confident about himself.
Look at that, pick up beautifully from the meat of the bat. Monster 6 and a, so 6 more runs to the total. So finally, it was Syed Munib who did the work for his team now.
Once again, this time he is just given him a bump ball, not managing to negotiate that well, Syed Munib, but all he'll want to do is probably have Bilal get on strike for the very last delivery of the innings. Everything's happening in this last over. You've got some smart running, you've got some big bludgeon of a shot, you've got some good bowling as well. Have a look at that. Wanted to come for that 2nd run, Syed Munib. So the very last delivery of this innings, and it's going to be Bilal on strike. 40 of 22. And you'd only want him to go for that big shot. Which way is it going to be? Slower ball and well done here from Rizwan Butt on the very last delivery of this innings. Ends with a dot ball. But then most certainly I think Kuwait has done really well here.
Absolutely, yes, of course. 161 for 7 in 15 overs is definitely a daunting task for the team to chase, especially Bahrain, who has been not successful so far in getting points on the points table. So today things looks to be difficult, but the way the Kuwait started, it might be the same. The Bahrain batters has to come and go all out to get some runs. So look at the batting card of Kuwait. Apart from Ravija, who got on for a duck, other batters, especially Clinto, 19, Mead Bowser, anchor of the innings so far, 54 of 36, and then it was cameo knock from Bilal Tahir, 40, not out of 23 runs, and of course 10 from Syed Munir, brought the total to 161 for 7 for Kuwait, 15 overs with 5 extras.
And that's a story for the bowlers. Ali Dawood 2 for 25, ending his 3 over spells. Rizwan Butt 1 for 37. Sarfaraz Ali and Satya also managed to grab a wicket apiece. Imran Javed Anwar, of course, picked up 2 wickets to his name, 22 for 26. So I believe it's going to be Ali Dawood who has been the pick of the bowlers for Bahrain. With 5 extras, 161 runs were conceded. And that's the story so far. The first ball of the innings, and of course it was Ali Dawood who struck Ravija, the big man from the other day, had to head back to the pavilion. Mead Bowser walked out and he ensured that the runs flew in from all directions. Clinton provided pyrotechnics out there in the middle, some big shots down the ground towards the deep square leg boundary, but then had to hold out towards the end. On the other hand, Mead Bowser had some poor deliveries coming his way, hurled his way, and he made sure that he scored off every single one of them, stayed till the very end. The scoring rate was healthy all throughout the Kuwait innings. Quite a few batters had to be dismissed, but then most of the batters came out with one intention and was to go for the big shots. Look at that. Bahrain fielders were totally on point. Catches were getting stuck onto their hands like no other day, and I think their fielding coach would have been really impressed. Exciting catches. Mead Bowser on the other side was certainly providing a lot of entertainment to the viewers with all the shots that he played. Outworked Bilal Idris with that fast bat speed of his, and then finally ending that innings, Abdul Munib, making sure that he ends this Kuwait run fest in style. So that's the story so far, and that's probably the summary so far. 162 runs will be needed for Bahrain if they want to get 2 points in this contest, and they'll have only 90 balls for this. Required run rate is a shade under 11 runs and over. Match number 14 is turning out to be an exciting cliffhanger. We'll head for a short break, and on the other side of the break, it's going to be the run chase. Do stay tuned.
Welcome back. The writing is on the wall for Bahrain. They need to get 162 in 90 deliveries. That's almost at a required run rate of close to 11. So this is going to be a Herculean task if they have to stay alive in this competition. Remember, they've lost their first 2 games, and if they lose this, they are virtually out of contention for the top 4 as well. This is a confident-looking Kuwait side. Put into bat, they've amassed 161 for 7 in 15 overs. Remember, this is a rain-reduced game. 15 overs aside, as many as 5 overs, 3 overs for 5 bowlers, and the power play comprises of 5 overs only. So it's a tough ask, it's a tall ask for Bahrain, who've just been very scratchy and have not been able to light up this tournament. Openers just about readying themselves. Got to wait and watch how they turn up. Imran Ali Butt and Sarfaraz Ali will be the 2 openers for Bahrain. Kuwait have done exceptionally well to get to 161 and 15, certainly giving that net run rate as well a mighty boost. Just the right time to introduce my co-commentator as well, Amin Wagle. Amin, good evening. I'm sure we'd rather be in the Kuwait dugout right now, simply because it looks a much more sorted and confident side considering the way they've batted.
Yes, of course, and what an entertaining first half of this game we have witnessed. And yes, of course, Kuwait have done exceedingly well. They've been given the right kind of KPIs and the right kind of pep talk that you need before a game. And each and every batter that walked out to the middle knew the role and the task that was cut out for them. If they had to go for all guns blazing, they would do that, striking from ball number 1. However, what's it going to be for Bahrain? Only time will tell. And what's it going to be? What sort of a day it's going to be for Imran Ali? But that will be key here for Bahrain at the moment. Big task here for Sarfaraz Ali as well. Because 11 in any kind of asking rate above or hovering around that 11 runs and over in a rain-shortened game where you're just facing 15 overs, that would mean that you're not going to be getting enough time to settle down here.
Spin first up for Kuwait. They go with Yasin Patel. He's been their wicket-taking bowler in recent times. Ball number 1. Here we go. The chase is on. And immediately, intentions have been made clear. Both these batters will go downtown in their bid to get to 162. You mentioned KPIs, the key performance indicators. Just took me back to corporate life as well. Got to fulfill those KPIs when you're given a job to do. That's how your performance is gauged.
Yasin Patel will have to keep it tidy. He'll have to keep it tight, bowl the right areas and bowl wicket to wicket. The rest can be done by the intentions and the pressure mounting on the 2 opening batters out there in the middle. Match number 14, Bahrain versus Kuwait. Goes for that big swing, has absolutely no idea about how the surface is playing. A hint of seam movement of the surface for Yasin Patel, moving away from the right-hander.
I've watched Sarfaraz Ali bat in the past as well. He has only one way of cricket, playing his cricket, and that is just about throw your bat at everything that's pitched up or even back of the length. This is going to be a competition between the two, a contest. He's going to go, oh, look at that, quicker. Just about hurrying the batter as well. That was darted into the pads.
Darted into the pads, away movement. Nearly about straight in, just about in time. Have a look at that, and had that not been any sort of bat onto it, it would have been curtains for him. Works it away behind the stumps. It's going to be a couple of runs, unsure, and not in the most convincing manner, but Sarfaraz is off the mark.
Oh yes, and for Sarfaraz Ali, Mohammad Aslam, the captain of Kuwait, has long gone and deep mid-wicket in place just for that miscue, just for that miss-hit. Oh, he's been trapped. The bait was laid, he threw his bat at it. Yasin Patel strikes in the very first over. Kuwait have made early inroads.
Yeah, well, if you've observed that Sarfaraz is going to be throwing his bat at anything possible hurled at him, Yasin Patel knows that as well. And dishing out the right kind of delivery, following Sarfaraz as he wanted to move down the leg side, charge down the track, and of course that little bit of movement did the rest of the trick. The keeper well versed with his duties. The first wicket falls for Bahrain, and they seem to be in a little bit of a trouble here. It's going to be Sarfaraz Ali heading back into the dugout for just 2 runs of 4 deliveries. It's 3 for the loss of 1 wicket Bahrain.
Haider Ali Butt, captain of Bahrain, walks in at a time where the team is in dire straits, in search of a win, already playing catch-up, still to register their first points, and they're up against a target which needs to be gotten in quick time. Their backs are to the wall at this stage. Yasin Patel with the wicket in the very first over. All happening here at Oval 2. Goes aerial. And a couple of bounces for a 4. What a way to start. Haider Ali too making intentions clear. After over number 1, it's 7 for 1.
Yes, of course, and Haider Ali Butt from ball number 1 makes sure that he connects it well. Tries to go downtown. There is no fielder out there, so it's always going to be a safe option. The captain gets 4 for him on the very first delivery. So good intentions here. 7 for 1 after the first over. Some of the best bowling that Kuwait has produced has come out of the hands of this man, Shahrukh Qudus. He's been absolutely critical in their plans for bowling with the new ball. Picks up quite a few wickets whenever he does so. And now he's got a job to do as well. The batters of Kuwait have responded really well. And now it's time for the bowlers to do their bit.
Right, the second over will be bowled by Shahrukh Qudus, who's very impressive in his first outing. Accounted for 2 very big wickets. This is the twilight zone. At this time, the sun is just about dipping, and that's why the lights have also been switched on. The ball tends to do something under lights, the white ball particularly. What a beautiful location. Just wonderful to be watching and calling the game. Right on top is Kuwait.
One of the more picturesque grounds all over the world, and I believe you've been to many of them. How does this one rank up?
Good way to start. I'll tell you what, right up there. There are wonderful venues all over the world. It'll be very hard and unfair to put a number to the ranking, but clearly one of the best venues and destinations to play, watch and call the game will be the Oman Cricket Academy, I mean.
Absolutely. Got those picturesque mountains as a backdrop. Quiet settings. And then when the crowd comes in, it's always a family affair. Picked it up. Has cut it hard. It's aerial. Has it gone the maximum? Yes, he has got a maximum to his name. Imran Ali now finally getting into the act after that quiet first over.
Yes, just a little too short and wide. License for Imran to just clear that right foot of his and play it over backward point. And that went in style. So good are the wickets in this part of the world that you bowl up, you get hit through the line, and if you're a little bit short, erring in line and length, you get punished square of the wicket. Well, that's how the surfaces are. Sporting T20 wickets, high scoring games, makes the game all the more interesting.
Yeah, well, you'll always need to have the repertoire of shots within you, that arsenal of shots within you, in order to score some runs. This time it's some good bowling, but then I think it was so good that the batter, the fielder, as well as the keeper all have missed it through. But who's going to be happy? It's going to be the umpire who's going to be signalling it as byes. Leg byes, as a matter of fact.
I just felt he got some bat on that, and that's why it had that little bit of height on the way to the boundary. Saeed Monib there, he's got a game. It did clip the shoulder actually. Very good decision there by the umpire. Beaten for pace and bounce. Saeed Munib, take it easy. He'll have a role to play with the ball sometime later.
A 6, 4 byes, and now you just want to get towards the other end. Get a single, keep the scoreboard ticking. You've done your bit for this over, I guess. Imran Ali has gotten off to a flyer. That 6 might have certainly given him a little bit of confidence, and Haider Ali has already gotten a boundary of the very first delivery that he's faced. It's a good start here for Bahrain so far. He'll want to keep that up.
Well, their asking rate at the halfway stage was 10.80, which means on average they'll need at least a couple of 15 to 20 run overs to help their cause. Haider Ali and Imran in the middle, stitching a partnership. Picks it, and it's coming right towards us. A boundary for Haider. The fight is on by Bahrain.
Yes, the deep mid wicket is always there for the taking, and Captain Haider Ali makes no mistake, gets enough elevation, gets enough air on that ball to clear the infield, because there was a shortish mid wicket fielder positioned at the catching position. A boundary will help. So finally now Bahrain getting into the act, getting into the mix of things. Shot worked away towards the leg side. Only a single now to end the over. It's a good over, expensive one for Shah Rukh Quddus, as a matter of fact. Nearly 12 runs from it has come to an end. 2 gone, 23 for 1 Bahrain. Success in the first over. Yasin Patel has been rewarded with another over to continue with. Swing and a miss. And yes, of course, he's managing to produce a little bit something of that surface. The only thing that's going to be really helpful for him is if he manages to extract a little bit of bounce from it, and that would be game on then.
Oh yes, but he's a very, very shrewd operator with the ball in the middle. Contributed a little with the bat as well. Shot this time, quicker. Single towards mid-off. I'll tell you what, at this stage, Kuwait are very happy. As far as the big hits are not coming, they can sit pretty.
Anything in excess of 11, and then every dot ball, that pressure will keep mounting. You already have 24 of 1. And if you don't manage to accumulate another 10 runs in this over, big shout. The keeper's excited. Up goes the finger. Yasin Patel is on fire at over number 2 at the moment, picking up a big wicket of Imran Ali.
Oh yes, that wasn't the greatest of deliveries, but that was quicker and flatter. It had some bounce. You spoke about the bounce coming in handy, and here exactly more of a seam-up delivery, and that just about took the faintest of edges, and great glove work as well behind the stumps. Never easy when you're standing up. Usman Ghani with a very fine catch. Bahrain lose their second wicket Imran Ali Butt has to depart for 8. It's 24 for 2.
A wicket in the second over as well, and Yasin Patel is certainly doing some good stuff here for his side, pulling them back after that expensive second over. Keeping it tight, they're still unable to get hold of him.
Oh yes, he's a thinking bowler. Just like the way he's varied the pace in this first spell of his. Some floaters, some quicker ones. This one there you can see. Okay, was the foot in the air? That's the question being asked. And will it be referred? Finally, it has been referred upstairs. We'll have to wait and watch, but the bowler's back to his mark and so is the wicketkeeper.
Yeah, Imran Javed Anwar is falling a little bit short, and early jitters for him in this innings. The first ball was pretty close, and the second ball, he just missed it all ends up. Great bit of glove work behind the stumps. Going to have a look once again. But I think he was well within crease. Not too excited about that appeal though, the keeper as well as Yasin Patel, but they'll always want to fancy their chances if a wicket comes by them. In the air for a fair bit amount of time, but then I think he's done well. I think he's safe, well grounded. So Anwar survives to see another delivery.
Oh yes, the feet looks grounded here, so he should be safe. But a good piece of stumping. The green light. There again. We've seen the quicker one darted into the pads, and we see the gentle one just released from the arm as well. What an over this has turned out to be. A wicket and only one run. 3 gone, it's 24 for 2.
Encouragement from those couple of good overs from Yasin Patel, and Captain Mohammad Aslam decides that he's going to have a go as well. First change, tries to go for that big heave downtown, and of course he's not going to get 6, but he's certainly going to get 4 runs for this. So poor start from Mohammad Aslam, and Haider Ali making sure that the captain on the opposing side does not settle in.
Now the counterparts against each other. Haider Ali welcomes Mohammad Aslam, rather greets him with a not so conventional off drive. Nevertheless, 4 runs for Bahrain. This time goes over extra cover. A couple of bounces, back-to-back boundaries. Haider Ali is putting on a fight. Bahrain are moving on.
Yes, the shot was always on. The field's up in the circle in that particular region towards the cover. Have a look at that in the slot. And he'll always fancy his chances over there. Clears the infield and a boundary to his name. So back-to-back boundaries. After all that hard work done by Yasin Patel of conceding just a wicket and a single in his over. Couple of boundaries, making sure that Bahrain are not lagging too far behind. What does Anwar have in him? He's already played 3 deliveries. He's still not yet to open his account. Mohammad Aslam needs to pick up the pace with which he's bowling, because he's not generating enough deviation from the surface. So he'll have to compensate that with a little bit of added pace to his bowling.
Once again, firmly driven down the ground towards long off for a single. Yeah, they'll need more than just these singles. They'll need a couple of big overs, 15, 20 runs in an over, and not just once, but more than 2 to 3 times, just to bring them back into contention. Still looks like they're playing catch-up. A little bit of confusion in the field.
Yes, certainly. You've got that. Mid-wicket goes back. He was out there at the boundary, but then now from long off, mid-off comes in. Goes for the big swing towards the onside, into the fielder's hands. No run there. So the batter's probably confused as well. He had some other plans. He wanted to go once again towards that cover region, but then checking his line and length, Aslam. And that's where you would not want to get too over frustrated. A couple of boundaries in this over, a couple of singles, just 10 runs. Mohammad Aslam is done with his first. 4 gone, 34 for the loss of 2 wickets, Bahrain.
Quicker, flatter, no room offered at all. The batter will have to manufacture shots, and this is where Meet Bavsar was very good, Amin Wagle. He improvised, went with the innovation, got the scoop out a couple of times very early in his innings, derailed the bowler's plans, and these things matter so much. Another quicker one, cramped for room, just a single.
And yes, of course, this is an art here. You try and put pressure on the batter with a dot delivery and then try and concede a single so that the batter does not get settled down to the kind of deliveries that you're offering him to. Short and straight away cramping him for room. And all he has to do is just nudge it around for a single, because that's the only way he's going to be getting runs, unless and until he's in the thick of things, in the thick of runs. Big shot, he skied that. That's really, really high. A fielder trying to settle underneath it will take it comfortably. It's going to be Munib who's going to do all that catch work.
Well, Syed Moni breathes a sigh of relief. It was a big wicket of Haider Ali, the captain of Bahrain. Kuwait strike for the 3rd time. And this chase seems to be falling apart. This steep chase rather. And Ishtiaq once again in the thick of things. Didn't quite get underneath that one. Got the height, not the distance. He had to go back, Munib, and does well to keep his eyes on the ball and take a very good catch.
Today was going to be the day of the Kuwaiti batters. Well, scratch that. I think it's going to be the day of Yasin Patel. What a spell this has turned out to be, bowling his last over of his quota, and he's managed to pick up his 3rd. 35 for the loss of 3 wickets rather, Bahrain.
Ahmed bin Nasser makes his way to the middle, made a splash in the field, taking some absolute stunners, not just 1 but 2. Can he carry that momentum into his batting team in dire straits, reeling at 35 for 3, 162 to get the required run rate over 12. So much happening here, and it's Kuwait all the way.
Once again, really tight bowling here. This time just darting towards the leg side. Didn't straighten as much as he would have expected. Yasin Patel. Have a look at that. catch away. Skied it really high into the air, and it's a very difficult task to catch that white ball against the grey skies. For a second I thought Munib was juggling the ball. It's going to be a single only, so Amar gets off strike. Yes, you did mention Amar picked up those two wonderful catches, but then he also dropped one, and after that Bilal went on to score 20 additional runs. Are you going to remember him for that or for those successful stunners that he's pulled off?
You always remember him for the stunners. Well, I really want to keep that as a good memory. Yeah, cricket is a great leveler. Oh my God, sport. Nicely bowled. What figures here for the young man Yasin Patel. He completes his quota of 3 overs, 3 for it. This is brilliant effort, match-winning effort. 5 gone, it's 36 for 3. Right, the first 5 overs has belonged to Kuwait, and all because of that man in your frame. Yasin Patel accounted for the top 3 wickets. First, he got rid of Sarfaraz Ali. There was some counter-attack as well. Some very fine hits over the fence. And that was another wicket. The second one for Yasin. Got the top edge, a faint edge. That was wicket number 2. Haider Ali then with a boundary. A couple of them. But just when he was opening up, he hit this high up in the air, and it was taken by Saeed Monib to account for the 3rd wicket by Yasin Patel. Change in bowling. Monib after that catch has been given the ball, and change in voices as well. Mr. Jamil Zaidi joins me. Mr. Jamil, it's Kuwait all the way.
Thank you, Mikhail. Obviously, it looks like, yes. So are we talking about that? What an effort has been put in by Kuwait today in the batting lineup, and today the bowlers are doing the job. So it's all-round performance from Kuwait in this particular match. So things looks to be good for the Kuwait, and Bahrain definitely is now trying to get something out of it, though things look to be very difficult now. Mohammad Aslam bowled it into the wickets and just rolled down the wrist and go for 2 runs. What time requires is maximums and fours for Bahrain. 3 wicket down, 124 runs required in 59 deliveries. Looks to be, that was nicely bowled once again. Opened the face of the bat, but no run. Brilliant bowling by Mohammad Aslam.
Oh yes, the slow ball bowlers have practically put the brakes on the run scoring. Anwar and Amar are left with no option but to use the long handle. I sense something is coming out of this delivery. Nicely bowled, quicker, flatter. The surfaces tend to keep a little low on certain deliveries. We saw Ravija Sanduravan as well getting out to a low delivery.
Possibly because of some dampness of this heavy rain which has occurred this afternoon as well. This time, once again, nicely bowled. That's an aging length and line where the batter does not have time to play their shots.
Maybe the action as well of Mohammad Aslam, a little bit side arm more than right coming from top, and that also adding to it, Mr. Jamil.
Oh, definitely, yes, because he's taking all his arm there, trying to break the ball in the air itself. But quite good thing is that he's keeping the length and line in check.
Look at that. Slingy for a spinner, but it's working for Kuwait as well. Not the round arm action that you usually associate with left arm orthodox spin. It's more side arm.
Yes, of course, but his length and line is extremely beautiful. He's not giving any chance for the batter to go back to cut.
And what an over this has turned out to be. Only 6 runs coming off it. This is brilliant stuff by the captain, setting an example. 6 gone, it's 42 for 3. There is a referee, looks like, and a decision to be made at the striker's end. We'll have to just wait and watch. They're asking for a run out. Now this is going to be very interesting. The batter so slow to get back. Just about makes it in time. Just about makes it in time. All is well that ends well for Bahrain. They don't want to run out in this fashion. It'll completely deflate the aspirations, Mr. Jamil.
Definitely, yes, of course. Not out, yes. It's a quick work done, but it's good chance to take the chances, you know. Whenever it comes in your way, we never know about that. And it was very, very good over from Mohammad Aslam, the last one. It is 6 over 42. It was once again slightly short, pulled it down towards the long on boundary for singles. Singles doesn't matter at this moment, Mikhail. I think it will be the boundaries and sixes which is required at this moment.
Well, you're talking like one of the players in the dugout, maybe just telling the other one, we need the big hits, Mr. Jamil. And quite understandably, turn! We saw turn on offer. Well, Adnan produced a lot of turn on this occasion.
It was quite short of the length actually. It should have been near the bat, could have been the danger ball you can see around it. He is a leggy, but I think the length and line maybe get some better after a couple of deliveries.
And because he's got so much of turn, the field has changed now. Extra cushion on the offside, which means it's going to be middle and off for him. There it is. Unable to get rid of that. This could be close. A direct hit. And the batter could have been struggling. And in the process, they'll steal a second run as well.
Well, all they are trying to get runs, but what time requires is some maximums at the stage of the game, where the run rate is creeping up and up each and every delivery. This time try to get run out, some overthrows there, but they get for the second run.
Back live, pulled it. There's protection in the deep and they'll only settle for a single. So despite all the tries and hits, it's been a quiet over. And I'll tell you what, Bahrain, if they look at that asking rate, it's now close to 14. And they have only 7 wickets in hand to get to the target of theirs.
He's bowling short, very short. This was the right one, nicely plucked into the air. And look for what an effort it was. Could have been going back is always a difficult task.
Adnan Idris is not happy with his captain, who tried valiantly for that catch. In fact, it was Ravija Sanduravan, beg your pardon. He was running backwards. Yasin Patel was running forward. 3 people converging on it. We'll take a look at it once again. It was once again high in the air. And it was there for a very long time. You could see long off, long on, and covers running towards it. Neat bouncer, Yasin Patel back live, and that should be signal wide.
I think that catch could have been taken by the fielder at the long on, who came very close, but he saw that it's coming back.
Nevertheless, not much damage done. It's been another quiet over, another very tidy over as well. 7 gone, it's 48 for 3. Well, we'll take a look at the Manhattan, and it's been only one team that has built the skyscrapers all across the city. The other one is just about finding bricks, and that is Bahrain. The township has been built by Kuwait, Mr. Jabil.
Yes, it's going sky high all through.
That's been picked up, that's been dispatched against the run of play. A much needed 6 here from the bat of the Bahraini batter, and that's Imran Javed Anwar.
Well, he bowled well now. He's coming to bat now at this stage of the game. After a long wait, finally a mighty came. Look at that one. Just picks beautifully right from the middle of the bat over the long on boundary. Monster sixes.
Monstrous indeed. Disappears. Go fetch it. How good are the bats these days, Mr. Jamil, to the days you played your cricket?
Totally different. Totally different. Those times, you know, you have to use the granicles. I used to play for the granicles, but not looking for the sixes. We're only looking for the boundaries, singles and doubles. Of course, if the chance comes, go for the hit also.
They're again trying very hard at it. Fairly understandable. The thickness of the blade as well was much lesser to what it is now.
I do remember a bat called Jumbo during that time, our time, talking about early 80s. This time outside the office, it's a wide delivery. Slinging action always, confuse the batter.
Oh yes, more round arm brings in a bit more clarity. The slingy one just not sure what's going to be the height after pitching. Another single down to long off. I'll tell you what, the 7 runs, 8 runs and over will not come in handy for Bahrain. Yes, they're fighting a losing cause. They're still to win a game in this tournament. They've been the whipping boys. Gives the charge. Oh, it misses everything. And somehow manages to go past the wicketkeeper and should trickle away for a 4 as well. 4 lucky runs coming for Bahrain. A boundary to end the over. Beg your pardon, there's still a delivery left.
It was a totally mess. Wicketkeeper missed it, batter missed it, and it goes for 4. Look at that one. Could have been an easily stumping chances. But anyhow, 4 runs comes to the rescue of Bahrain at the moment.
Yes, it may have just also ricocheted off the pads, and that's why it may have deflected and the wicketkeeper could not really get his hands to it, Usman Ghani there. Single to end the over. Aslam's not happy with the throw. Give it on the 1 bounce. 8 overs gone, 61 for 3. And a water break for both the teams as well. Well, it's been a day of brilliance. Early in the day, we saw Dipendra Singh Airi with a run out. So did Gulshan Jha. And we also saw some spectacular catches by the Bahraini fielders. Ahmed Bin there with a lovely catch. That was the 4th wicket. Timing his jump. If you thought this was one of the best catches, he bettered it with a one-handed stunner airborne. And this was it. Yasin Patel chipped it. But look at that to take it. They did provide the spark in the field with those catches, Bahrain. And they'll need to bring all of it with the bat.
Spectacular catch of the tournament so far. You correctly mentioned it. Yes, of course. But what a way he jumped in the air. He just acrobatically saved the ball going out of his hand.
Oh yes, you need to be agile, athletic, and you need to bring in that spark and intensity. Well, you can be part of Asian Cricket Council's plans and their cricketing adventures. All you need to do is unlock cricket through the ACC app, which you need to download on your Android and iOS phones. You can also do the same by visiting the site www.asiancricket.org. Come along, join the Asian Cricket Council plans and see the vast endeavours of theirs across associate and international cricket. Back live, Adnan Idris will continue to bowl into his 2nd.
All credit goes to ACC for providing associate members such an opportunity to play cricket all through the years, especially the associate members who are coming up, especially like Cambodia, getting chances to come out their country, play the matches in Oman. Definitely it will give them experience to play with the big teams as well.
Nicely bowled, Fuller this time, but just cramping the batter for room. A single and inside edge towards deep square leg.
So things to be quiet at the moment for Bahrain. The firing has not been done so far. Only one massive we have seen from the bat of Anwar.
Look at that for turn. I have not seen so much turn so far in this tournament. Adnan Idris certainly is giving that a lot of revs. If he can only land it at the right area. This one's picked up. Shot and deposited as well, over long on. Just when you felt the bowler was doing everything right, he gets one wrong.
He's trying to bowl quicker one. That's why it's becoming short of the length, giving all the time the batter to it. This was also short of the length. You can see he used try to put quicker one, and he has all the time in the world to play onto the back foot, onto the long on for the maximum.
Fuller this time in the air. He'll fall safe and they'll get a single. Turning out to be a decent over here for Bahrain.
I think they only look for the 4th and 6th at this moment of the game. Things look to be out of control at the moment for them.
Oh yes, because their asking rate is just about shooting up with every ball. This partnership has come in quick time, 34 and 25. Nicely driven. Work to do for the field and the deep. Yasin Patel puts in the dive but is unable to stop it. So a 6 followed by a single and then a boundary. 12 runs in 5 deliveries. And it's Amar who's turning it on.
What I think he has to deserve that boundary with such a force and put the gap beautifully between cover and extra cover.
Elegance in that shot. Everything cricket about it. That's played over extra cover. Yasin Patel has been kept busy in the deep. But the boundaries have come thick and fast in this over. 16 runs coming off Adnan's second. He goes for 22 in 2. 9 gone at 77 for 3.
Look at that one. Nicely picked up over the extra cover boundary. So finally, some firework from the batters. It was in the name of 1-6, 2 boundaries in the same over.
Well, the top order just about crumbled under pressure. Imran and Sarfaraz walked out very early. Haider Ali Bhatt was looking good. Look at that, the bowlers column. Yasin Patel, 3 wickets for him. The game breaker. And now Imran, Javed Anwar and Amar bin Nasir just about stitching a partnership and raising unlikely hopes in the middle. 13 extras in this essay. 77 for 3 after 9.
Yes, things looks to be really difficult, but the way the last over has gone, it might come closer to the total they are looking for and make the match more exciting. This time played it out towards the mid-wicket and they go for a single. His Nimish action is just like Sunil Narayan, going back and bowling like that.
You need some mystery in life, they say, Mr. Jamil. That's the mystery they bring to the table in the cricket field. Change in field. 4 on the off inside the circle. Shot third. Point, backward point covers. Leg side is completely vacant inside the circle. Everybody stationed at the ropes. Bowling to his field.
Straighter one, played out toward the long off for the single. He's trying to bowl the what you call carom ball. And this was hit nicely toward the extra cover boundary. So runs are coming, Mikhail.
I fail to understand. Is he actually bowling to the field that he's been given? That's because he has a packed onside with everybody stationed at the ropes, but he's bowling it full outside off. And that's been a little bit of a concern. All of them turn spectator inside the 30-yard circle once it goes past them. Bahrain will need more of it. It's just the tip of the iceberg for them, these boundaries.
Yeah, definitely. One more time it is on to the offside and got the wicket. As you're talking about, he tried to bowl it onto the offside once again, but finally got a wicket.
Happy to be proven wrong this time around. It lands straight into the hands of Ravija Sanduravan. Short and wide, chips it. Nicely taken at backward point. Another wicket falls for Bahrain. They are falling apart in this chase. It's almost over for them. Imran's valiant effort comes to an end. He walks back for 25 and 21. It's 83 for 3. Beg your pardon, 4.
So, new man in is Satya. Now we have to see what he's going to do or what he has in his pocket today. What Bahrain is looking for some mighty maximums in minimum deliveries to come through the total of 161.
Satya Veerapathiran walks out to the middle. Gives it a mighty swing. Gets a single to long off.
Surprisingly, he has not bowled the ball on the onside so far. All on the offside.
As they say, whatever floats your boat, go with it. Another single to long off. It's been a very good over. A wicket. And 8 runs. 10 gone, 85 for 4.
So Bahrain must need some spectacular innings from any of the remaining batters. So joining me in the com box, Amin Wagle. Amin, from here on, things looks to be a bit gloomy as far as the Bahrain is concerned.
Well, not as gloomy as we faced the situations we faced early on in this morning when we thought no play was possible, but some excellent grounds work here. Hands-on approach by the facility managers, and what a shot and a half that is. I believe there was everything unorthodox about that other than the ball that was delivered by Adnan Idris. I think he switched sides. He went for that reverse elevated shot, and I think he's hit it with one hand as well. Yes, he has. Brilliant strike. Just got to have a close look whether it's going to be a 6 or a 4. But yes, I think he's done really well. 4 runs. What a catch! And this time it's the Kuwaiti captain making sure that the team is never out of this game.
What an spectacular display of fielding by the Kuwaiti side. We have seen 2 stunners in the first half, and now this was the captain leading the team from the front. Look at that effort. Absolutely brilliant. Jumped in the air, took the ball, inches off the ground. What an spectacular catch from Mohammad Aslam.
Certainly lost for words here. And what a person to be dismissed by a spectacular catch. Amr bin Nasser departs for 24 of 19 deliveries. 3 4 started in that innings of his. And Mohammad Aslam has departed. The brilliant Amr. So the 5th wicket has fallen for Bahrain at this stage. And what do I say? This has been an excellent, excellent effort out there in the field by both the teams. As a matter of fact, if you ever had to make a highlights package of the most spectacular catches of the tournament, this match would make an entire package on its own. About 3 or 4 brilliant catches, I think, already in this game. 89 for 1, 89 for 5. Loud shout, not managing to get a good hold of this Junaid. And now it's going to be an uphill task for Bahrain, isn't it?
Of course, yes, they are losing the tempo at the moment. Wickets are tumbling down at regular intervals. And I don't think so. There must be a good bowling from Adnan, but he is trying under the pressure, you know. He is bowling a bit short of the batter. He has got the time to play.
Well, I think he's heard you. And this time around, he just tries to give a little bit more flight to the ball. And that result was that, of course, it's going to be only a single. So no boundary conceded. But have a look at that. He's bowled nearly 3 overs, 1 for 27. When you're defending 161, I think that's a pretty decent effort. And what's even more important, he's picked up that important wicket of Ahmed, who was going great guns. Flighted once again. This time he's crunched that towards the cover region. A fielder, Yasin Patel, has been kept busy all evening.
Well, yes, definitely. talking about the Kuwaiti fielding is totally something we have no words to talk about. The catches have been taken today. And I'm sure it will be viral very soon on the internet as well as look at down the leg side. He swept it well. And what a fielding. Once again, it was stopped a certain boundary on the square leg.
Bilal Bilal on this occasion, making sure that he does not allow too many runs to go, because a lot of that score that Kuwait has put up has been part of his effort as well. Some of the spectacular catches all throughout this day. This one by Ahmer, rising really, really high at backward point. And then this one from the left-handed bowler for the left-handed batter, and that one-handed take. Ahmer once again on this occasion. And just a short moment ago, it was the captain, Mohammad Aslam of Kuwait, diving effort, diving to the right-hand side, to the wrong side of him. In the air, all of them airborne efforts. It's been absolutely spectacular display. Plays it up and over. The sound of the bat sounding really, really good. But it's only going to be a single, so now I think it's going to be too little, too late for Bahrain. 94 for 5, and you're already reeling behind that asking rate. It's just turning out to be a forgettable day for Bahrain.
68 runs required. This time it's short. He trying to play it onto the offside. The bottom part of the bat was hit, and they go for the singles. All credit goes to the Kuwaiti batters first, and then it was the fielding that really matters to them today. Spectacular catches being taken. 3 catches so far. You don't have words to describe how they have been taken.
Shot wide, not dealt with as severely as expected, but he's going to still get 4 runs for this. It was crunched towards the cover region. Satya making sure that there is some sort of respectable effort put in getting towards that target, inching towards that 100-run mark as well. 99 for 5 as a matter of fact. Bahrain at the moment, just 1 shot of that 3-figure mark. Shot, this time he's crunched it down the ground. No fielder out there dissecting the 2 fielders between long on and long off. But the immense power with which Satya crunched that shot sounded really good to hear.
Blistering bowler. Look at that one. Look at the sound of the bat. Nobody can stop it. Through like a tracer bullet, went past the boundary. So 2 successive boundaries from the batters, and this time it was the only single came out. End of over number. Rather still 1 ball to go.
Yeah, he's bowling a second over here. Nimish Latif, he's picked up that prized wicket. But then at the moment, he's just leaked too many runs to the liking of his captain. Picked it up, it's in the air. Are the fielders interested? No, they aren't, because there is no fielder around, in and around that particular area. A big maximum on the very last delivery of this Nimish Latif over. Have a look at that.
Just smashed it through the extra cover for the maximum. Over the extra cover boundary for 6. So finally some lusty work from the Bahraini batters. 110 for 5, 12 overs gone.
What a brilliant sight, this nature's painting. And of course, It's worth all its money. And what a setting here for the Men's T20 Premier Cup. And it's not the only match that's going on at the Oman Cricket Academy. Of course, on the other ground, Oman are taking on the United Arab Emirates. 143 runs needed in 15 overs. And after 9 overs, Oman have chased down 110. So I think they are in good standing here. They've just lost 1 wicket on the way. So plenty of exciting action. Big shot, takes a big heave. It's up in the air. And no, this time around, that one-handed effort is not going to be ending up in the highlights package. So lives to see another delivery, Satya, on this occasion. At this point in time, he's just hitting every ball out of the park.
Well, that is what is required at the moment. Rather try to get the maximum runs out of it. Look at that valiant effort. As you're talking about that scenery which just been shown by our cameraman. Sun is settling down behind the mountains.
Another one, this time. And of course, this is going to be another dismissal. So plenty to smile about for this Kuwaiti side here. Shahrukh Quddus, after going for plenty of runs in that first over, 10 runs if I'm not mistaken, manages to get some sort of success to his efforts that he's put out all throughout this tournament. Now Kuwait are going to be really happy about this.
Definitely, yes, they came back strongly after batting brilliantly all through that 15 overs. 161 is a daunting task for any team to follow. And Bahrain, in the initial stage, they come down, tried to get some runs out of it. But finally, it's the bowlers. And of course, not to talk about the fielding, it will be a really curse for them.
Shahrukh Quddus and into the new batter Ubaid, who's once again launched the ball into orbit. And no, this time around, Nimish Latif puts it down, and it's quite an ordinary effort, really high up into the sky. Nowhere near the light, so he probably doesn't have anything to blame for that chance gone down.
After seeing those spectacular catches, this catch looks to be the simplest one, but obviously it might have got some light on his head. Got the ball in then, but popped out at the last minute.
Banged it in short. Once again goes aerial, clears the infield. What an effort that is out there in the deep. Yasin Patel pulling off a spectacular save at the backward point boundary. And now obviously it's going to be checked whether it holds good or not. But Yasin Patel, I think, has just put his body on the line. Regardless or not if that's a boundary or not, full marks for that effort pulled in by Yasin Patel. Only time will tell whether it was good or not. Gets his hand in the way. And I think he's done well. Yasin Patel, you beauty. So satisfying to watch his performance out there in the field. Yasin Patel, there's so much being talked about. The effort of the batters, the intent of the batters. But then how's this for an effort in the field with the ball in hand? The catching, the fielding. Kuwait has done everything right today.
Not to forget, he took 3 wickets as well.
Yeah, slower bouncer, rolled his fingers over. And at the moment, Ubaid, who's just looking to launch everything into orbit, just missed it all ends up. And I really wouldn't mind him hitting anything into the orbit at this point in time, because there is absolutely stunning scenes, that night sky against the Oman Cricket Academy. This time drifting down leg side is going to be a wide. So still a very long over for Shahrukh Quddus at the moment. He's not able to finish that over right now. He just wants to get done.
Well, I think slight release of pressure from the Kuwaiti fielders. They all thinking that they are already done their job, but still, this time up in the air, and it's falls short of the fielder at the deep extra cover, rather at a deep point. So one more run to the total. 13 overs gone, 117 for 6, Bahrain.
Thirteen overs done, 117 for 6, and once again that beautiful picturesque view of the mountains which acts as a backdrop to this arena of cricket, Oman Cricket Academy. And this is something that Bahrain will be worried about. 45 runs needed from 12 balls. That light blue line not planning to meet the dark blue line of Kuwait. That worm clearly indicating that they're going to be falling short. It's still mathematically possible, but then it's going to be a Herculean task from here onwards. On the other ground, oval number 1, of course, it's UAE versus Oman. 142 for 5 in their 15 overs, UAE. And in response, Oman at the moment, after 11 overs, 125 for the loss of 1 wicket. So I think they're going great guns here, much to the cheer of that home crowd that have gathered, that small crowd that has gathered out here at oval number 1. Nimish Latif gets another over, his last for the night. Play and a miss, so not much on offer here. Every delivery now probably heading towards some sort of assurance that the Kuwaitis are going to go and get 2 points to their name. What a brilliant bit of fielding here. Takes a good dig at the stumps, takes a shy at the stumps, and only time will tell if he's fallen short or not.
Great effort, great effort. Tried to smash the ball on the wicket, and it was, I think, referred. Yes, what they're talking about, referred to the third umpire. Could have been close one.
Yes, of course, it's a close one, but I think he's actually gone. Have a look at that. Nimish Latif just bangs it in. It was a full delivery, worked away towards the offside, and the captain Mohammad Aslam once again, this time towards his correct side, his left side, collected good by Nimish Latif. It was a very, very hard throw, but I think what has happened here is Nimish Latif has not collected cleanly. He's disturbed the stumps without collecting the ball. But they'll still want to have a good look at it, whether the ball has disturbed the stumps or the hand has disturbed the stumps. So,
yeah, that was a doubt of me in my mind. Obviously, if that throw could have been direct, it will be very easy to point out it has been run out. But I think it didn't collect it correctly into the hands and whip the bails with the hands rather than with the ball. What a day we have seen. I mean, in the second match, delayed 5 over short, 15 runs a match. Kuwait came all gun blazing. The batters did a wonderful job, smashing 161 runs, and they came back strongly with some outstanding fielding throughout. One of the best fielding we have seen in this tournament so far. 3 spectacular catches supported by the fielders, of course. But definitely all credit goes to their commitment. They are there like to win the match at this stage. That is obviously correctly.
absolutely. A little bit of delay here because they just want to have a better look at whether that ball was collected cleanly or whether the ball had hit the stumps directly. Yeah, they're going to have a look at that again. Yes, of course. It was pretty clear that the ball was collected by Nimish, touches hands first, and then he fumbled the ball and then went on to disturb the stumps. So, yes, of course. So now that's confirmation that order is restored. It's a green light. Nimish Latif with just 2 deliveries into this penultimate over. Charging down the track, it's a big shot towards the cover region. Only a single, but then he's hitting the ball hard really, isn't it? Satya, just a matter of time. Once he starts getting into the flow of things, he might be looking to go aerial, but then I think it's too little too late for that.
He's missed timing. I mean, he's trying to come quickly. The ball came late onto the bat. Look at that one. Just tried to smash it out over the mid wicket. Missed the ball outside the off stump.
This time it stayed a little bit low, and at the same time a little bit of trickery with Nimish Latif's finger work. He's a crafty bowler. Of course, that action leaves a lot to imagination as to what is on offer. Takes a shot at the stumps, and that will only lead to the leak of another run. So even the overthrows are being fielded in a very fancy manner. So it's a very glamorous day out in the field for all the fielders, whether it be from the guys in red, Bahrain, or whether it be for the guys in blue and red, the Kuwaitis. Exciting cricket, exciting evening here at the Oman Cricket Academy.
This time he pulled it straight to the fielder at the deep mid-on boundary. Got the single, rather makes it doubles. When the teams are coming to play the matches, they do have some warm-up games. And the way they were, all 3 fielders were involved in it, seems to be like that.
Right then, 14 overs done, 123 for 6, and Kuwait are just heading on for another win. Last over of this evening, and of course panning across this beautiful oval number 2. And then of course there has also been news, some good news here for the home fans. Hosts of this tournament, Oman, pulling off an emphatic victory over the United Arab Emirates. 147 for 1 is what they scored, and they managed to do that with quite a few deliveries to spare. 12.4 overs to be precise, and they lost just 1 wicket on the way. And it has been an excellent effort here, especially that opening partnership between Naseem Khushi and Kashyap Kumar Prajapati. Crash towards mid-off. The ball is wobbling towards that boundary, and it's going to be there. A diving effort by Captain Mohammad Aslam will only ensure that he gets a little bit of enjoyment on the way, rubbing his belly on the green turf.
Well, definitely, he has done his job as a captain. And all credit to him and his fielders, absolutely. They have done superb job, supported by their batters, who has done a great job by smashing 161 runs in just 15 overs, and then come back strongly with some outstanding fielding. 3 spectacular catches they have taken. One of the best we have seen in those tournaments so far. And at least couple of them, or 2 at least, you can put it to the best catches of the tournament.
Yes, absolutely. Not even 2. I think all 3 of them have been equally good. Of course, one of them shining brightly as the top effort. We've seen quite a few in this tournament, haven't we? Shahrukh Qudus, second ball, takes a wild swing, Satya, on this occasion, but has absolutely no clue. All he got was just air on the way. Coming back to that match that happened at oval number 1, Kashyap Kumar Prajapati, 53 of 38. And he built up an opening partnership with Mohammad Naseem Khushi. 39 of 15 deliveries only, and what an effort that was. Khalid Kale then came in at 1 drop, and he scored 50 of 23 deliveries, and that saw Oman home. So what a brilliant showing here by the host nation. And probably after that effort, they're going to be leading that table. Big shot over the covers, finally getting a good hit. Making a statement here that they're not going to go down without a fight. It's a boundary nonetheless, but Satya is still there. Absolutely, the penultimate delivery going for a dot. So 8 runs from this over and just one more legal delivery remaining to end proceedings here. And they'll be a happy bunch on the Kuwaiti side. Bahrain winning the toss, asking Kuwait to bat, trying to make use of the conditions with the ball early on. But then what followed was an absolute onslaught. Charging down the track, goes aerial, clears the field and clears the fielder. It's going to be a boundary, and it's a statement here that Bahrain will possibly be not happy with that performance today. But at the same time, the guys in blue and red, the Kuwaiti side, making an emphatic showing here out at oval number 2 in this match, making sure that they grab an additional 2 points to their liking here.
Above all, they fielded spectacularly. 3 catches we can see today can be part of the tournament. We can take it them as well. So this is the batting lineup for the Bahrain. Just to go out for those who got double figures is Heatherly, but who got 18. And Imran Javed came with some cameo, 25 of 21 runs. And then it was Ahmad bin Nasir who also tried to smash the bowling of Kuwaitis, but couldn't manage to do that, 24 of 19. And Satyaran, who tried to bowl and tried to get runs as much as he can, but unfortunately couldn't make the things good for the Bahraini, 27 of 15 deliveries. So overall 135 for 6 in 15 overs, 15 extras.
And have a look at that bowling effort here. For me, pick of the bowlers, the story of the afternoon, the story of the evening and the story of the match has to be that spectacular spell by Yasin Patel. 3 overs, 8 runs, and he's picked up 3 wickets. Look at that paltry economy rate of 2.67, and I think that was the story of the day, and that is where Bahrain really lost the match. It was not the bowling, and it was not that daunting total that they had to chase. On the other hand, Shahrukh Quddus picked up a wicket, Adnan Idris picked up a wicket, Nimish Latif picked up a wicket, but then 15 extras were conceded on their way to 135. But then what a performance by Yasin Patel, 3 for 8 for me. He was the first one to go. Picked up another wicket on the go. Mohammad Aslam got a bit of a treatment, the captain. However, once again, Yasin Ishaq Patel came back into the attack to bowl the last over of his spell, and he picked up another wicket. So 3 wickets for him and 8 runs, and that's where Bahrain then knew that it was going to be really, really tough. Ravija picked up a good catch at backward point, and so did this stunning effort here by Mohammad Aslam, the captain of Kuwait. After that, it was just they were trying to catch up. The Bahrain batters were throwing their bat at each and everything, and eventually ended up holding out to fielders, finding the fielders at the wrong time. Big shots towards the end via the bat of Satya, and then ending this innings with a flourish as well. But it was too little too late, and the story still remains that Bahrain have lost this encounter, and it's Kuwait who have ended up on the positive side.
So the match summary: Kuwait batted first, 161 for 7. Some brilliant batting from mid-bowser, 54 of 36. Bilal Tahir, 40 not out of 23 deliveries. And Clinton, 19 of 5 deliveries. Good bowling from Ali Dawood, 2 for 25. Imran Javed, 2 for 26. And Satyanan, 1 for 33. Chasing 161. Bahrain, 135 for 6 and 15 overs. Some heroic job done by their batters. Satyanan got 27 not out, Imran Javed 26 and Ahmad bin Nasir 24. The bulk of the wickets has been taken by, as Himin mentioned, it was spectacular bowling from Yasin Patel. 3 for 8. What a magnificent spell he has done. So Kuwait won the match by 26 runs.
Couple of points being clinched by Kuwait, and of course That's it from the Combox here this evening, and we've seen some exciting action all throughout this day. A big thank you to all the viewers. We'll take a short break. On the other side of the break is going to be Mikhail, and he's going to be getting done with the post-match presentation. Do stay tuned, stay connected. Good evening.
That's because I think நீங்க சொல்லிடுறீங்க I think okay கேமரா கிட்டக்க இருக்கு ஓ நம்ம தெரிய மாட்டோம்
ஏதோ ஒன்னு சொல்லி அவங்க பிளேயர் வந்து வாங்கிட்டு இப்படி கிராஸ் பண்ணனும் மேட்ச் ரெஃபரி இப்படி போய்
We do in our D10 is same.
What I'm saying, the thing is make them stand there, but then we were told, okay, let's not make them stand there until losing captain faces it. That is the thing.
What I referee can do it. Player can cross.
இதுவே ரொம்ப பக்கம் நான் இங்க நிக்கணும்னு சொல்றேன். ஏன்னா easy exit. He takes the award. That time you don't have to show Mikhail. You don't have to.
Comes here.
Photo.
Player turns around, takes the trophy, and referee.
Hello, good evening and welcome to the post-match presentation of match number 14 of the ACC Men's Premier Cup 2024. Before we begin with all of it, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank Oman Cricket Association and Asian Cricket Council for putting out a very fine tournament. At the same time, we also like to take this opportunity to thank our patrons and official partners as well. The official streaming partner India, Fan Code. Official broadcast partner Nepal, Kantipur TV. Official partners Dafa News, 1xBat, Babu 88 Sports, and our commercial partner TCM. Fair to say it was Kuwait all the way in the fixture against Bahrain today, as they completely showed dominance and a lot of precision in their performance. Put into bat, they managed 161 for 7. It was a wonderful batting effort where Meet Bavsar got a 50 up front, and the finishing touches were provided by Bilal Tahir. In the chase, Bahrain never got going and lost wickets at regular intervals, and they skittled out, or rather were reduced to 135 for 6 in a rain-reduced game of 15 over the side. And this meant that Kuwait won this fixture by 26 runs and keep their hopes alive for a semi-final spot in this Group B fixture. Just the right time to talk to both the captains. First to the captain who came second. I'd like to call upon Haider Ali, the captain of Bahrain, for a quick chat with us. Haider, tough luck. You've tried really hard, but still not able to register your first points. You think you can pinpoint a particular area where you'll need to improve?
I speak Hindi.
Please.
बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं जो हमसे हर मैच में थोड़ी सी मिस्टेक हुई, तो फील्डिंग में थोड़े कैच मेन फील्डर से कैच ड्रॉप हुआ और उससे बैकअप कवर नहीं हुआ, और काफ़ी यूएई से और ओमान से खेलने से हम काफ़ी कुछ सीख के जा रहे हैं और इंशाल्लाह नेक्स्ट टाइम हम कुछ तैयारी से आएंगे.
If I can translate exactly what Haider is trying to say is, he's saying that there's a lot of learnings that he's taking from here, particularly in the game against UAE. Of course, the catches and the fielding has been short, and that's something they'd want to improve. Ek aur sawal I would like to ask you, what are the positives that you would like to take from it? You have another game to go. I'm sure you'd want to end on a high, but some positives that you can look back in the previous 3 games?
पॉजिटिव ये है कि लड़के पॉजिटिव ही खेले हैं. बैट्समैन जो है, चाहे हमको थोड़ा ज़्यादा स्कोर हुआ है और फिर भी हमने रीच ओमान के खिलाफ 3 रन से हम मैच हारे हैं. यूएई ने 235 किया था, फिर भी 200 चेज हमने तक किया. आज भी थोड़ा सा कैच ड्रॉप होने से 40-45 रन थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो गए. अगर वो कैच होता तो इजीली 130-35 रन होता तो हम इजी चेजेबल करते.
Right, Captain Haider saying is that the batters have done relatively well in this tournament. They've come close to targets. It's just that they've not been able to apply the finishing touches. Something they'll really want to rectify in the coming games is the fielding and catching. Ali Haider, tough luck. You've batted well. You're a good side. Maybe you can end on a high playing the last team in this league game. Nevertheless, your contention in this Pool B maybe comes to an end, but you really want to make sure that you finish on a high.
बस कोशिश ये होगी कि हम अच्छा फिनिश करके जाएं, और क्योंकि जो लड़के नहीं खेले हम उनको चांस देंगे. और एक हमारा बैड लक ये भी हुई, जो हमारा मेन प्लेयर है वो फर्स्ट मैच में इंजर्ड हो गया, सुहेल, तो उसकी वजह से थोड़ा सा मिस चलता रहा, लेकिन किया, लेकिन जो 40 रन एक्स्ट्रा से हो रहे थे वो कवर अप नहीं हो रहे, और इंशाल्लाह कुछ और सीखेंगे इधर से.
Right. The says that they'll try out a few players in the final game of theirs. Their main player Sohail Ahmed as well was in the very first game. Nevertheless, they're looking forward to end on high as well. Thank you very much, Ali. Well played, tough luck, and all the best for your final game.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Captain Ali Haider, the captain of Bahrain, second year. Quick chat with Mohammad Aslam as well, the captain of Kuwait. Wow, smiling. Aslam, congratulations. Much needed win. You give yourself a realistic chance now of making it to the semis.
Yeah, definitely. It's much pressure game for us also because must-win game. But my boys did well. I am very happy today.
Happy to bat first. Conditions were overcast. The ball was doing a bit. You were invited to bat.
Actually, it's a little bit challenge for us. We also that time decide to, if we won the toss, be chasing. But we take that challenge. Our boys did well in the opening partnership, and they keep going to it because we know this is going to be a high runs for matches, every matches. So our boys did well.
Do you know what the equation is at this stage? You'll play Oman in the final game. If you beat Oman, and if UAE go on to beat Cambodia, it's going to be a 3-way battle between Oman, UAE and Kuwait in Pool B.
Yeah, definitely it's going to high tough games now in tomorrow, and we try to win that game with a little bit, I think net run rate also going to affect, so we're going to with the plan, so inshallah we will do tomorrow our best.
I'm sure you boosted net run rate in this game.
Yeah, definitely we did that one, so we keep going with the other match also.
Right. Congratulations, very well done. You've played exceptionally well in this game.
Thank you very much.
Captain of Kuwait, Mohammad Aslam. Right, just the right time to give away the player of the match medallion as well. For that, I'd like to call upon a match referee, Hamimullah Talwar. He'll come in and give the player of the match medallion. Quite a few names that cropped up. Meet Bavsar got 54 of 36. Bilal Tahir got an unbeaten 40 of 23. He applied the finishing touches. But one man who certainly went out there and broke the top order of Bahrain, Yasin Patel, 3 for 8 for him in his 3 overs. He walks away with the player of the match honours. Please come along, Yasin. Very well done. Time and again, he's been showing how much of an asset he is with the ball in the field, receiving the player of the match by Hamimullah Talwar, the match referee for this game. Right, Yasin, please come in. Yasin, what was told to you when you were given the ball? You were given the first over, if I'm not wrong.
तो अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह अच्छा स्टार्ट हुआ और हम लोग अच्छे से मैंने अच्छा बॉल डाला तो हम लोग को टीम के लिए बेनिफिट हुआ.
He's saying कि coach told him to bowl the first over and he took the responsibility on his shoulders and he's happy that he was able to contribute it for the team and he's happy for the win.
Right, good win. आपके साथ मीत भावसर है. इनकी भी बैटिंग के बारे में बोल ही दीजिए अभी, वो भी ट्रांसलेट करेंगे. कैसा लगा जाके जो इम्प्रोवाइज किया, डगआउट में क्या माहौल बन रहा था तभी?
सुपर इनिंग क्योंकि एक्चुअली हम लोग का पहले वेरी फर्स्ट बॉल विकेट हो गया तो थोड़ा प्रेशर बना हुआ था और मीत ने जाके पहले ही बॉल से उसने अच्छा बैट पे मिडल हो रहा था तो मीत ने बहुत अच्छा इनिंग खेला. हम लोग के लिए बोर्ड पे अच्छा स्कोर बनाया मीत ने. गुड इनिंग.
Meet, I'm sure you'd like to translate your own performance in his words.
No, he's like I was able to contribute it for the team and he's happy that I was able to do it and yeah, it was benefiting the team, so it's fine.
Right, I hope you know the equation at this stage. Now you all play Oman and if you all beat Oman, you'll certainly have a realistic chance of making it to the top 2 because if UAE go on to beat Cambodia, it's going to be a 3-way battle to the top 2 spots.
ओमान जीत गया यूएई से तो क्या नेट रन रेट का?
हाँ एक्चुअली हम लोग को थोड़ा देखना पड़ेगा. हम रन पे जाएगा तो हम लोग को मेहनत करना पड़ेगा वो मैच के लिए. इंशाल्लाह हम लोग फुल ट्राई कोशिश करेंगे कि हम लोग क्वालिफाई करें.
He's like we'll be working hard and we are looking really positively towards the Oman game and hopefully we will do our best.
Right, I must say all of you all were brilliant. You all put in a cohesive effort. It was an all-round effort, complete performance and a comprehensive one. Congratulations. Good luck for the game against Oman.
Thank you sir.
Player of the match in this league game, match number 14 against Bahrain, Yasin Patel. So much more lined up in the coming days. We have double headers lined up tomorrow as well. We look forward to your company. For now though, from all of us out here in the presentation party, thank you very much for joining in.
फोटो